Good evening and welcome. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. As you can see, April not here yet. She will be. She'll be here in about a half hour to 45. And then you guys can really enjoy the show. I know on a serious note, a lot of you are waiting to hear from her. You haven't heard from her since we went off the air Thursday before we came back. From the second swatting incident on Thursday morning. She took Friday off to, recoup and whatnot from that being her first kind of traumatic broadcasting experience, as it were. Me, of course, kind of tempered in that world. She will be back. She's just running the kids back right now. You don't have the kids in the house when you do a show like this. It's a little iffy. But she'll be here tonight. She'll talk all about her experience, and I will start to set things right. Now, things are being set right as far as our swatting goes. Things are being set right on a legal level as we speak. So we're not really worried about that part. We've got all of our legal and police ducks in a row, if you will. But I'm going to start taking some of my own justice, if you will. We're going to, if we hit overtime tonight, actually, we might do this without overtime. One of two things. Either I'm going to do this without overtime, or I'm thinking we may do a 3-hour show tonight. If we hit overtime, I think it's going to be an hour worth of overtime because I got two things I want to look at tonight for overtime. Because we do our show, then we look at lol cows in the overtime. And for the lol cow stuff, fucking Chad, man, he just makes too much noise. He really does. I mean, it's all shit. It's all Chad Zumock stuff, but it's all too good. It's all too great for me. I love all of it. Like, everything Chad does is like one of my children. You know, I just love it so much. It's so perfect. It plays right into our hands. I love it. He copes. He seethes. I mean, if God could create a perfect lol cow, it might be Chad Zumock. You have to have no audience, and I think he has 90 people on his Patreon. So you got no audience, and then he streams to like 100 people. I don't mean like 100 people at a time, like 100 views total, and then he privates it right away so people can't see it. You can't make stuff Patreon private when you don't have an audience. This show couldn't get by on a Patreon, and we're dozens of times bigger than Zumock is. So Chad's got to put his stuff out on YouTube so it can be consumed. But it's a catch-22. He can't do that. It'll get piled on. It'll get downvoted. People will say it sucks because it sucks. So he instead has his pride, and the worst thing you can have as a lol cow is your pride. And he posts it for 90 people, 40 to 50 of which are hate watching it or watching it just to goof on him. And then he acts like he's doing something well. He's the perfect lol cow. He's a better lol cow than Stuttering John. Like, he's built sturdier to be a lol cow than John was, because John can. I mean, he doesn't do it, but he can tell you, hey, fuck you, I was on the greatest radio show of all time. I was one of, when people list their top 5 favorite characters from the Stern Show, I'm on a lot of those people's list. I was the announcer for Jay Leno, and he can kind of throw that back at you. Chad has nothing to defend himself with. He has a tiny audience, too much pride. He's not funny. He gets angry and he just lashes out at people and develops these unhealthy obsessions. And it makes him so perfect to make fun of. I don't think I've ever run into someone, even in my 8 years of doing this show on radio, we had local lol cows. Local cows. Ugh. And we would shit on them. I've still never seen one built as perfect as Zumock. And God bless him for that. But also tonight, if we go into overtime, I'm going to introduce you guys to Elisa Jordana. You might remember her from the Howard Stern Show, someone who fucked her way to the bottom of the middle. She pretended to like Benji Bronk. She pretended to like Andy Dick, all to try to kind of fashion a career for herself. It didn't work, so now she does a shitty phone stream show where she brings fucking nut jobs and psychopaths onto her stream, gives them a platform, builds them up, makes them think they're famous in their own mind, and then these people just are nuts and they think they're something, And then you get vulnerable people like Jake. She'll prey on them. Jake will go, oh, this middling, decent 6.5, 7 chick who's, aging out of her looks. She's giving me attention. Oh my God, she likes me. She draws these people who think she's like their girlfriend. And they go all nutty and they go all crazy. She's even said they stalk her and they do all this other stuff. Well, they do worse to people they don't like. So Jake gets involved with this group and he tells the psychos there about our show. And the psychos who watch that show go, I got an idea. I'll thwart them. That'll be good. So they throw their life away for that. Now, seeing them rot in a jail cell will be a lot of fun. But I also want to get my pound of flesh in mockery of this Elisa Jordana chick. Because I got to tell you, she's got no talent. It's disgraceful how she tried to use her body like a prostitute, kind of. Like a prostitute uses their body to move up in the world. At least a prostitute is honest. They have sex with you. They take your money. It's all up front. It's a transactional thing. This woman pretends to love a Benji Bronk. She pretends to love an Andy Dick. Then, like she's a pimp, goes out and turns Andy Dick, sends him off to her friends so that they can split up Andy's money. Ooh, this chick is bad, nasty, man. Thank God she doesn't have that big of an audience, but we'll bring her one tonight. If we hit overtime. That, and we got a bunch of Zumach stuff, too, that I'm really excited about. If you guys want to see Chad Zumach flash some paper on camera, oh boy, get ready. We've got something for you tonight. But first, let's get into the chat. Then we'll get into some other stories we have. And then maybe a 3-hour show tonight. If you can't tell, I'm fired up. I'm excited. I feel like going 3 hours if we hit that overtime. Bang for the buck and all that. I mean, we're not doing a show Wednesday night. We're not doing a show Thursday. We're not doing a show Friday. I mean, we're going to have best ofs running and some different compilation stuff running, but no actual live show those days. So I'll feel like I'll get my time in tonight and these other times. Mindy says, did you count my recurring payment? Yes. Everyone who does recurring stuff over the weekend, we knock that off the goal for that Monday is what we do. Let's go on to the chat, see what they've got for us today. B. Joggin says she called for the SWAT to get a day off confirmed. Yes, of course. I can't believe people saw through that. I really thought we had them tricked. Citizen M says Chad Zumach on Steel Toe 12/6/22. Get ready. Citizen M, did you pretend to be from our show and convince Chad that he was getting booked on our program? Because if you did, I have to tell you this.
Shame on you!
But I'm proud of you. That's a beautiful thing you did, you nasty, rotten son of a bitch. Somebody else says, where was the April one? Here we go. Generous Lover says, April was shook up. For Aaron, it was just another Thursday. Unfortunately, yeah, that is kind of how it worked out. Rusty Grammar with $2 says, happy birthday, little Lemmy, brother. Clumpy Cat Litter just says, let's go. Well, welcome, Clumpy Cat Litter. Generous Lover says, Chad doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. Yeah, he really doesn't. He doesn't. Somebody changed the name to I'm a fan of Chad. Says never enough Chad. I hope you guys aren't getting sick of him because I'm not. Lemmy calling him Chad Zumark. Oh, no.
You fucking Mark!
Uh-oh. Galaga says, Chadster was so cool when it mattered. That's true. I'm a fan of Chad, says Chad is our white whale. Of course. Chad has pride and a stupid hat, says Standalone K-Corn. Eliza is a bottom feeder, says, why do I podcast? Yeah, we're going to expose the bottom feeder tonight. Hulkamasha Baby says, I'm glad Aaron makes shitting on people funny. If anyone else said Zumach so many times, I'd eat a 45. See, you got to counteract it. As much cringe as he is, I have to counteract that with humor. Lest you people think this isn't work. Huh? Damn, bro, I love Chad Zumach, says Lonely OP. Oh, no. Balls Deep with $10 on the super chat. Thank you very much. Kicking us off tonight. 225 away from tonight's goal. And again, I'm feeling 1 hour of overtime if we knock that out today. Or just however long it takes to get through Eliza and Zumach tonight. I wonder if she's got video of Jake beating it. Look, Jake fucked himself internet-wise big time running with that Kermit and Friends crew. He really did. First of all, it's tiny. It's full of creeps. We're going to watch some of them tonight. I mean, these are just people who should be ignored and left in a basement somewhere. I mean, these are not people. Elisa Jordana basically wants to be famous but has no talent. So she has to use people. That's her whole thing. She's a leech. She used Andy Dick. She used Benji Bronk. Now she's using freak shows on the internet to try and, because she doesn't want to do show prep. She has nothing interesting to say. We'll get into all that. She's got no tits, says a generous lover. Well, I mean, my goodness. Grank Nutterbutter says she's a horrible person. My friend who never lies says she loves to eat babies. That's clearly a joke. Eliza says, leave me out of your made of drama. Leave me out of your made of drama. I'm assuming you meant to type something else, but you were probably too busy with your hand in somebody's pockets, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know what that meant. I hope that's the real her. Hey, if that is the real Miss Jordana, she shouldn't be so upset with us taking an interest in her. At least maybe now she'll get some clicks. I'm just trying to help. Let's continue on here. We'll catch up with you guys again, and then we will go into tonight's show. Is Miss Jordana going to say that I'm made of drama? Please. You fucking low-rent wannabe Jerry Springer Maury Povich. At least have the guts and just admit what you are. That would be, I mean, when your people come to us swatting us and shit like that, you're not going to catch any. When you enable these fucking monsters, you're not going to get any quarter from me. That's for sure. April's Parents Hobby Farm says, Andre Gossip is funnier. I heard he robbed a rib shop today. Didn't take any money, just the ribs. Yeah, we took a look at Adrian today. Oh boy, did he get fat. Adrian got chubby. P.A. Cheddar says, Zumach says Chrissy faked the swatting. Did he really say that? That's interesting. Because I'm going to be on Bob Levy's show tomorrow, and if he really did say that, I'm sending Bob the murder and rape threats that we got over here from Eliza's listeners. Or Elisa. I'm not going to learn her shitty name. I'll send it. And Chad can see who's faking what. I mean, well, I understand he might fake car crashes and things like that, so he can only project what he knows. But no, sometimes things do actually happen to people. Balls Deep says it's not Elisa Jordana. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, that's too bad. I wish it was her. Steel Toe is going to punish all the marks. Elisa Jordana has a discount code to an abortion clinic. That's not true. There's no way that's for real. Rusty Grammar says, to be fair, who can shit on anyone better and still be around to laugh about it? That's true. Redbeard says, happy birthday, little Lemmy brother, you bitch. Thank you. The Kermit and Friends crowd are the ultimate losers. Skeevy creeps, the lot of them. Yeah, but she elevates them. She promotes it. She encourages it. And then, you get the mess like the Jake thing, and then everyone else has got to deal with her horse shit, which is great. Jake can eat a bowl of poop, so can Jesus, K. Fallen. I mean, Generous Lover says, didn't Kermit and Friends used to run with Stuttering John? She used to run with anybody who could make her more famous. I mean, why do I podcast as, oof, that's rough, dude. 10th one is free. Yeah, well, I mean, buy in bulk. That's what they always say, right? No Morio says, Aaron equals Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. Careful, April. Oh, thank you, guys. That's very sweet. And thank you to Lemmy for the $25 over there on PayPal. Thank you very much. You guys very generous this evening. I appreciate that. That's going to, wow, we're at an even 200 already tonight. Thanks, guys. Remember, if we do overtime tonight, it probably will be closer to an hour, more so than a half hour. All right, let's jump into these things, shall we? Let's jump into some of our items. I think I'm starting you guys off tonight with some Kamala Harris. You lucky devil. Not just any Kamala Harris, some deep thoughts with Kamala Harris. Let's play this. Let's see what she's got. This is your vice president, so please, some goddamn respect for Kamala Harris. She is a brave, strong lesbian. Is she a lesbian? I don't believe she's not a lesbian. I'm sorry. When you start saying brave and strong in 2022, I think you got to either say black, indigenous, lesbian, trans. You've got to have some kind of minority status after the strong and brave thing. Don't say strong, brave, and white. Then you're just You're a piece of shit and you should be banned from everything. Let's watch Kamala Harris. And by the way, we always talk about this with the president, like how bad those 4 years ages them, or in this case, 2. Like Joe Biden, like your skin is hanging off your bones. He's like Edgar from Men in Black. Kamala Harris has definitely aged quite a bit in these 2 years, too, following this, lump of bones around. She's definitely starting to look a little worse for wear, as it were. But let's see what Kamala says. She's got 45 seconds here. She wants to impart some wisdom on us, and I think this is very exciting. I believe she's in the Philippines making this speech.
The way that I think about it is, like relay racing. You race and someone passes the baton and then, right?
Yeah, because you're all stupid and you don't understand how relay racing runs. Exactly, yeah. So the baton and are you getting it, you tards?
So that's what life is. It's basically a relay race. And so the people who are heroes, whichever gender they are.
Oh, you got to get that in there. Oh, Robo-Politician 4000. Nice. So, guys, you understand life is like a relay race. You see, you have a president that does a halfway decent job, and then he hands it off to a couple of fuck-ups who couldn't find their assholes with 2 hands and a flashlight. See, it's like a relay race.
They ran their part of the race, and then they passed us a baton.
Yeah.
And
we took that baton and shoved it straight up our assholes and shot jizz all over the country in the form of inflation. Isn't this a great relay race? We're doing a bang-up job.
The question is, what will we do with the time we carry the baton?
Raise the price of bacon by $3 a pound? Was that one of the options? I'm not sure. I just want to know, was raise bacon $3 a pound? Was that one of the options for what to do with the baton? Seems like a weird thing to do. Seems like you might want to help people, but I don't know. Seems like, I guess maybe it helps the pigs? ? Cuts down on the demand? Or maybe it cuts down on the production because people are so willing to sell their expensive pigs.
Which means there's no time to get tired. Come on. Right? You're going to pass that baton at some point.
Hopefully
but right
in 2
now
years.
You're carrying it. And the question is, what are you doing with it?
I don't know if she says this shit and she thinks she's nailing it and she thinks she's really motivational or what. But, oh my God, when she talks, do I just go... I mean, I kind of want to ask her to run it by me again, but I kind of don't. You know what I mean? It's like, I want you to say it again because it sounded remarkably stupid. But at the same time, I don't want you to say it again because I'm almost positive it was indeed remarkably stupid. So I'm at a crossroads with Kamala Harris. But there you go, guys. You have life, right, is a relay race where you get the baton, and then what are you going to do with the baton once you have it? Again, Kamala Harris, 2022, write it down. That's going to be in a calendar someday. Thank you very much to Von Kaiser with $20 on PayPal and to Cody with $10 over on the Super Chats. Thank you very much. You guys are 175 away from our goal tonight. Awesome. Thank you guys very much. We are moving like crazy very early on here in the show. Let's see what the audience thinks about old Kamala. Josh says, Kamala is a fucking boss, and I dare anyone to say otherwise. I mean, I'll say that, I'll give you this. I mean, nobody better at analogies, right? I mean, haven't you ever thought that? Haven't you ever been living life and go, boy, this feels just like a relay race? I mean, it's exactly the same way. Hadouken simply writing, so brave. She is. I mean, remarkably brave. Daniel says, good Lord. She's Lemmy says she looks like a tired mom. And she does. These 2 years of, she kind of skates under the wire, doesn't she? Because Joe Biden looks like such alien horseshit that we don't really take too close of a look at Kamala. But then you get Kamala, and then you look at her and you like away from Joe Biden and you go, oh my God. These 2 years have aged her like 8 or 9 as well. Oof. But remember, she's not there for her looks, as Frost would say. She's there because she's so fucking smart. Thank you very much from Don't Hate. Don't Hate says, need to see that frog get stomped. I don't know what. Oh, Kermit. Oh, I see. I'm glad that a couple of our audience members know who this Jordana is and what she's all about, because she's one of these people who's not anyone's lol cow, I don't think. And after this swatting thing, it all got traced back to like her audience and Jake running with that crowd. And so I started to delve into her, and I go, oh, I see why these maniacs gravitate towards her. She enables them. And I went, I'm going to watch this show, and I'm going to see if there's anything here we can use. And I found a shitload of it, and I just scratched the surface. So I think we could have a lot of fun with that channel for a long time to come. And I'm glad that when I brought it up, other people said the same thing back. They're like, oh, yeah, her? Yeah, fucking that. She's a leech. She's bad news, man. I like that, because sometimes I'll just pick up on a lol cow, and sometimes maybe I think I'll be seeing it because I want to see it. So when you come to people and go, this is the next one we're going to look into, and people who are aware of that person go, oh, fuck yeah, that's a problem. Good. Let's go and throw out a few other thank yous. This is a busy show tonight, generosity-wise. You guys are crazy. Thank you to Wildcard for the $10 over on PayPal. That's going to put us at 145. Holy shit. Thank you guys very much. And also, I think we've got, just want to make sure I'm caught up. Okay, we're good on the PayPal. And Yeti Bauer with $5. Thank you, buddy. 140 away from tonight's goal. Aaron, the cow maker, says balls deep. Oh, thank you. It's very sweet. I like, we can do something with that. Zen Rhino says the only reason she's at where she's at now is because she slept her way there. Willie Brown gave her a job in politics because she laid on her back, and she was Montel Williams' side bitch. Now, do I have to say allegedly to that? Or is that confirmed? I don't know. Standalone Cakecorn says, I won't say anything bad about Kamala. I've done weed before and don't want to end up in jail. Isn't that amazing how she talks about how, like, this country needs, equality for all the races. And she was just throwing black people in prison for smoking weed for like 15 years. She's like, black people have had it rough in this country. Yeah, they've had to be prosecuted by you. I'd say they've had it rough. Avidian says they give her zero time except for fluff pieces where she barely talks. I mean, that's true. She talks in those 45-second sound clips. She's kind of like Biden in a way, where if you let her talk too long, you're like, this is going to derail us badly. I'm excited for the Jordana stuff, says D. Gulag. Mike Pence and Cheney didn't exist. Generous lover doing the frostbite goes, Mike Pence and Dick Cheney didn't exist to be nice on the eyes for you. And if you don't like that, peace. Jay Santos pointing out, Kamala doesn't carry hot sauce in her purse. No, not like Hillary does. That pandering dickbag. Northrop says, so we're supposed to believe the swatting was real. Has Aaron come clean yet? I tuned in late. Can ask the St. Cloud Police Department. Don't. They're busy. Citizen M says, I love Elisa Jordana's body, not so much her bizarre Jesus grift. It is fucking weird, isn't it? We'll dig deeper into it. Is April out with Devontae tonight? I don't even know what that means. That is out of line, out of bounds. You can quote me as a source, says Zen Rhino. I'll take the legal heat. All right. A generous lover says, I heard all those things from multiple sources. All right. Willie Brown bragged publicly about pimping that ass out. Okay. All right. Jeff Reed says, why is she even talking? All other VPs said nothing. Well, that's where I kind of feel bad for her in a weird way, because in a way she kind of has to talk, right? I mean, otherwise it's Joe Biden. It's fucking Joe Biden, for God's sake. Kamala says, Triple N, who, yeah, Kamala was here. Triple N says, Kamala just decides on a keyword and repeats it ad nauseum. It's embarrassing. Pretty much. Orange Boy says, Aaron, will you frame the reports like you did with the cease and desist orders? We don't have, we'll get to, you know what I'll do? I'm going to frame the mugshots. That's what I'm going to frame. I'm going to frame the mugshots, and that'll be my ultimate W. The mugshot will end up on the wall. Brennan, Bob Levy, and Zumach said it. April was saying something like that. I didn't hear Brennan, Levy, and Chad on Misery Loves Company today, but I am subscribed to the Patreon. If they're saying that if they're saying that the swatting thing was fake, I'll send Bob some stuff. I like Bob. I trust Bob. I'll send him some stuff that we got. If they don't think our swatting was real, then let's just say we're going to have some problems. We'll have some problems. But I don't think Bob would have said that. April says, I can fill you in when I get there. Yeah, April was listening to it. I don't believe Bob would have done that. I don't really have a relationship with Kevin Brennan other than he said he liked some of our stuff. Obviously, Chad's one of our lol cows. But Bob's been very cool, and I'm going to be on his show tomorrow. So we have that. Buzzard Bob says, I still can't figure out how she became vice president when she couldn't even make it through the presidential primary when she ran for president. Well, I mean, that's kind of how the vice president gets picked, right? It's somebody who, kind of blew it in the primaries, and then they need you from that state or whatever to, fill in some kind of blank spot that they have. In Kamala's case, someone who might have a pulse at the end of the 4 years. April says Bob is innocent. Okay, good. Because I don't think Bob would have said anything about us. P.A. Cheddar says they think because it wasn't a SWAT team and they said it about Chrissy, not Steel Toe. Oh, okay. Well, Chrissy's was legit too because Chrissy's, it was the same phone numbers. It was the same location. It was the same guy. So Chrissy's was real as well. That I can guarantee you because it was our guy. Why Do I Podcast says, look who decided to bless us in chat. It's April. Yeah, what the fuck? Get to work, you lazy bitch. Jeff Reed says, Kamala's speeches sound like the political version of someone using terms they learned in therapy, but incorrectly. No, you know what Kamala sounds like? Kamala sounds like someone who didn't study to do a book report and then just wrote the thing at the last minute before class and now has to present it. That's what she speaks like. Mark Atkinson says she's busy getting filled in. Oh, right. Fezzi says, greeting from Quincy, Massachusetts. Welcome, buddy. Always good to see new blood. $10 from Mindy and Scott. Thank you both. That is very generous of you. Already only 120 away from tonight's goal. Holy shit, you guys. Thank you so much. We are knocking that thing out of the park in no time tonight. And again, like I said, it's Elisa Jordana and Chad Zumach for overtime tonight. And to be honest with you, I'm more excited about the Eliza. I can't fucking learn her shitty name. I'm more excited about that one than I am Chad because, Chad's Chad. You know what you're getting with Chad. You know it's going to be funny. You know it's going to be hilarious to make fun of. You know it's great lol cow material. But Elisa Jordana is brand new lol cow meat. And she earned it. And it's personal for me. I like that part. It's not personal with Chad. I'm sitting back. I'm a commentator. I'm just watching him, goofing on him, like Opie or Brendan or anybody else. I don't have, any vitriol towards the guy. But Eliza, because of the show she does and her audience and, what they did to this house, I definitely hold her partially accountable because, what she does... it doesn't need to exist. It doesn't need to exist. It's just dog shit. It's just drivel. She's too lazy to prep a show. She doesn't have any broadcast talent. So she just sits there and puts whack jobs on and then enables them, making them think she's their friend when really all she does is she wants the content out of it. And then what she did to Andy Dick, we're going to play that in overtime tonight. Fucking evil, man. Really fucking evil. All right, guys, thank you very much. There's all the links in the chat, 120 away. D. Gulag says, Elisa Jordana was on the kill stream a while back, and it didn't go well. I'm assuming that would have been one of the very few times in my life that I would have watched an Ethan Ralph stream and went, oh, I think I side with Ethan Ralph on this one. Because most of the time I've seen, the Ralpha mail. I've went, this guy's losing his fucking mind all the time, isn't he? Balls Deep says she's got Andy Dick taint on her. Gross. No. I feel bad for Andy Dick. Part of the reason Andy Dick's in the position he's in right now is because of this chick. She basically, when he was his most vulnerable and addicted, pimped him out while he still had feelings for her. She never had feelings for Andy Dick. She dated him because it would get her back in the tabloids and she might be able to snag a career for herself like she did when she was fucking Benji Bronk. So she decided to go out with Andy Dick because it would get her some attention. This is her thing. Trick people into think she has affection for him. And then when they get too close, go, oh, creepy. Why are these people being so weird? They have problems. She's the ultimate manipulative gaslighter. She's a really, really bad egg. And you got to watch out for her because, again, personal on my end, I get that. But also, even if it wasn't personal, she is a problem. A generous lover says, so she's just a typical woman. True, but she won't admit it. She plays it like she calls her show Sesame Street for adults, and it's not. It's really an evil, terrible, nasty place when you drill down to it. She sounds fun. Do you have her number to share? No. Loaded Wrench says, my kids are watching, Aaron. Can you say Andy Penis? You know what? You're right. I apologize for my language, and thank you for holding me accountable. Let's continue on here. That drag queen, the LGBT club shooting in Colorado this weekend. More details on that are coming out. Fat white guy. Chubby fat white dude is who ended up doing it. He is, and he's known to. I think he was known to law enforcement, as we hear with all of these things. He made like a fake bomb threat at his mom's house because, of course. And honestly, when they started like saying what they knew about this shooter, I went, he sounds like he'd be a Kermit and Friends fan. Like, now that I've started looking into her show, I'm like, he would have been great on Elisa Jordana's show. Like, that just seems like the kind of person that she attracts. Well, they're learning more about this shooting. And apparently this guy was stopped by just a big fucking hulking drag queen who just stomped the shit out of the guy with their heels. Which, I don't know if you ever looked at how a heel is constructed. Being stomped out like by one of those would fucking hurt a little bit, I think. A drag queen is one of the heroes who saved an untold number of lives after a gunman opened fire at a Colorado gay nightclub, stomping on the gunman with her high heels. Her. Drag queen, isn't that a guy who dresses like a chick? That would be his heels. Army vet Richard Fierro, who'd gone to Club Q in Colorado Springs with his family Saturday, pounced on suspected shooter Anderson Lee Aldrich when the bullets started to fly, according to the New York Times. Fierro clearly knew the drill, subdue and disarm. As he struggled with Aldrich on the ground, he screamed for backup. Oh, so, okay, the Army vet was not the drag queen. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry to the Army veteran there. Apparently he was just a regular bystander, and he tackled the guy. Fierro knew the drill. That's when a drag queen at the club ran over and began pummeling the shooter with her high heels. This gave Fierro a clear path, beating Aldrich with his own gun and repeatedly punching him into submission. Fierro told the New York Times he thought he'd killed him. Nobody would have minded if you had. That's for sure. Cops swooped in and took Aldrich into custody. Fierro was also taken into custody amid the chaos, but was released an hour later. By all accounts, he's a hero, as is the drag queen. But in a tragic twist, Fierro's daughter's boyfriend, Raymond Green Vance, was killed in the massacre. So, a little bad news to go along with it. But, you go in there and you're like, oh, I hate gay people. I don't like gay people. I'm going to get as many gay people as you. And a drag queen ends up just stomping the living dog shit out of you. I think there is, the 5 people dying is very sad, but the drag queen stomping a guy out with his heels, there is at least some poetic justice over that. Galaga, you did kind of get me with that one. I was thinking the same thing. Was he an Army major? I don't know what his rank was. Veterans are even more cringe than drag queens, says Citizen M. Oh, for God's sake. The guy's, he's a fucking hero. Yeah, Mark, I was thinking the same thing. Mark Atkinson says, just out of curiosity, why do you take your family to a gay nightclub? Look, I was wondering the same exact thing. I'm glad somebody else brought it up. I don't know. Either he's a gay veteran or he was there with his family and one of them are gay. His daughter was there with her boyfriend, so they're straight. He has a daughter, so I'm assuming if she's old enough to have a boyfriend, it was before the days where gay guys adopted, so he probably has a wife that he had a kid with. I don't fucking know. I don't know how these things work. People go to the drag queen things, they bring straight people. They're all over the goddamn place. Raz of Chaz says, read my last comment. I can't fucking see it. This chat goes too fast. Raz, I don't see your last comment. Why don't you rewrite it? How's that? Michael McGill. Oh, somebody said they go for the drink specials. Oh, all right. Yeah, back then, someone says no gays in the military. That's true. I mean, back then they didn't let gay people in the military. So I'm assuming he was a heterosexual guy. Just there. Boy, you picked the wrong fucking night to pick on a gay club, didn't you? When a giant 280-pound Army veteran was there to beat the living dog fuck out of you. And the guy said, Piero said, he goes, I thought I killed the guy. Which nobody would have begrudged him. Mad Max Mardigan says Army vets don't usually do drag because the Marines treat them like basic housemaids through their entire service. Oh, okay, well, there's that. Jeff Reed says when the suspect was questioned by police after the incident, he said the worst part was seeing the drag queen's balls. That's is that what his biggest problem was? Look, I've seen a lot of fucked up things in my day, but I wasn't ready to see that lady's nutsack. Exactly 6 million says ROTC found out some things about the club, about kids. I'm guessing they've done like drag queen story hour and shit. Look, I know. I'm sure that some real degenerate shit has gone on, but that doesn't mean that, you shoot a bunch of people. That doesn't mean you go and you take a gun, you kill a bunch of fucking people. That's not cool. That is, I'm sorry to make such a controversial statement as shooting a shitload of people is not cool. But also, the guy who shot them didn't look like a guy who had a lot of kids and was really worried about how his children were growing up. He looked like an incel bum, is what he looked like. Loaded Wrench says, I figured he was beat with one of the two-fisted rubber thingies. He was beaten with a black double tongue that smelled like shit. They just fucking beat the dog dick out of the shooter. Raz of Chaz says, okay, fine, I'll retype it. The shooter had the previous bomb threat, and there were no charges filed and the case was sealed after a bomb threat and weapons threat. Dude, we fuck that up all the time. That's why I'm pushing the police on our swatting thing. People like that need to be put away, and they need to be put away for hard fucking time because that shit gets worse. That does not get better. I'm like, the people who did this to us they've moved on now. But as you're going to see tonight, once we hit overtime and we do the Elisa Jordana thing, I ain't moving on. This is why you don't start shit with Steel Toe. I'm too obnoxious and obsessive. I'll just sit here and I'll go, all right, we're nitpicking you now until the end of time. You want it like... The way I run my show is like this. If you want my attention, if you truly want my attention, I will fucking give it to you. You will have my undivided attention. How's that? I've said this before. The best way to keep Steel Toe from fucking with you is to not mention us. Don't talk about us. Because I may not be the best at this. Maybe I am. Who knows? Maybe I am. I may not be the best at this. I may not be the funniest at this. But I am the most persistent and the most obnoxious. That cannot be denied. So, I mean, it may feel good on the Wednesday evening where you swat Chrissy and I. But it's not going to feel good when 20 years from now I'm still doing this show, holding up your mugshot and fucking with you. You're going to go, wow, I really regret the course of action I took 20 fucking years ago. Same thing with this Elisa Jordana. She's going to regret doing the kind of show she does because we're going to expose it to the biggest audience possible and people are going to see what a sack of shit that program is. Thank you very much to Rincewind. Says, missed the last two morning shows. Sorry. Hooked on the mess on this mess of a show. Well, thank you, buddy. I take that as the compliment I believe it was intended. Thank you. Only 105 away from tonight's goal. Thanks, guys. Marquise says, where's my favorite white lady? She'll probably be here in about 5 minutes. I should have asked her for a vitamin water. But I think the vitamin water ship has sailed, unfortunately. Ah, well. I should have asked earlier. My fault. Jake is going to get 2 years in the nervous hospital. Should have been there a long time ago. Should have been there a long time ago. Chris says, when Chad says, I don't care, I believe him, Aaron. Oh, yeah, me too. That's why I don't feel bad continuing to pick on him, because he doesn't care. I take Chad at his word. Maybe if he said that he cared or he said that it bothered him or anything like that, I would ease up off the gas. I don't want to see the guy hurt himself. But he doesn't care. And if he does, it's mind over matter. He doesn't mind, so he doesn't matter. We'll keep making fun of the guy. I'm just trying to take the guy at his word. That's all. Hamburger Steak says, I don't want your attention. That's too much pressure. Beluzier says, you called down the thunder, now you got it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how it works with Steel Toe. You call down the thunder, now you got it. Jay Santos says, Aaron has a touch of the tism. A touch? A touch of the tism? A little? Black Ornament says, Aaron, I love you, man, but as you admitted, the swatters have moved on. It was prank calls and pizza. Let it go. No. You weren't a fan of the old radio show. You know, we had a rule on the radio show when people locally here would try to criticize us or anything like that. It was, or not criticize us, but like come after us. You step on my toe, I wipe out the entire village. That's it. It's a deterrent. It's to let other people know this program is not one to be trifled with. Because, again, we may not be the toughest, we may not be the funniest, but we're the most relentless and we're the most obnoxious. And that'll wear on you. Elisa Jordana in the chat says, oh, please. I know that's not the real her because I think she's Kermit and Friends on YouTube. But if you're familiar with her, go run tell your queen, you're not going to be saying, oh, please, after one segment, 2 segment. And here's the worst part about how we do it, Kermit and Friends. We do it in a way where you know it's true. We pick on those little tiny insecurities, the big insecurities that have those little cracks in your head. We get inside those little cracks, expose those insecurities to the world, and it drives you nuts. Ask Chad Zumach. He's in the middle of a mental breakdown. Mr. Nobody says, did the calls come from inside a shed sold by a drive-thru? No, it was not Mondo Homes. I promise you guys, it was not Mondo Homes. Mark Atkinson says, you tell him Aaron's coming and hell's coming with him. Buzzy says they woke the sleeping giant. I mean, look, I'm good at being annoying. You got to monetize what you're good at, right? April says, I'm about to come down. Want me to run back? Want anything from the fridge? No, you took that Coke that I was going to steal. I should have a vitamin water or something like that anyway. Not something so dehydrating as sugar and caffeine. Gary Crouch with $4.99 says, don't know who this Jordan chick is, but I'll kick in a $5 to see a good beatdown. Thank you very much, buddy. $100 away from this evening's goal and overtime. Bring down Aaron's black dildo, April. Stuttering John's fingernails. That does not exist no matter how much you want it to. Jeff Reed says, it's funny to see Aaron take out his frustrations on people he finds too annoying or bothersome. Yeah. Yeah. Little Lemmy says, beating a dead horse into a fine mist is Aaron's expertise. I mean, nobody really does it better than I do. Uh-oh. Did he lie? Oh, I thought maybe Eliza wiped all her content. That's a fake account. Oh, okay. I see what you were doing. I thought you were telling me that she wiped all her content. I hope not. Not until we're done. Granny says Aaron is the... Oh, my Coke is here. Aaron is the Genghis Khan of radio. I guess Genghis Khan of streaming now, perhaps. I was thinking more Attila the Hun, if I may. I mean, not to nitpick. Oh, my God. I am fucking worthless as a man. Look at this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Jesus, would you tighten this with a vice grip?
My pussy, actually.
One more time?
My pussy, actually.
There you go. Right into the microphone when it's unmuted.
Thank you.
Leave no credible foe in your wake, says Paul Polito. I like that. Would you agree with the way I laid out how I go after people?
Yes.
I think it's fair. You think that spot right there for that mugshot?
It's going to look good.
It's going to look really good.
In there, or right there.
Or right there. Oh, that could be good
like
for the
that
mugshot. Maybe a picture of Adrian getting fatter over there. That could be good.
Oh, no. That one has to go next to his cease and desist.
Yeah. Fat Adrian.
We have to make room.
Did you see Fat Adrian yet?
Nope.
You haven't seen? Would you like to see Fat Adrian?
I never care to look at his page.
Oh, I love looking at his page.
I missed it.
Like I said, I don't let go.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot to grab onto.
He had his birthday show, and he took 0 pictures of the crowd.
That's not the usual, because back in the day,
when he was on Steel Toe?
Right. I used to go to those shows, and there was a lot of pictures.
Yeah. Dude.
Look, I don't want to...
Come on.
He looks about the same.
No.
Show me a better picture then.
Look at that. He looks like fucking Black Santa Claus.
Okay, that one doesn't look good.
And she got, look, there's nothing wrong with her.
She's always been beautiful.
But she got big.
I don't know if that's the truth or if that's what you want to see.
There used to be way more of a gap between the boobs and where the stomach came out to. I'm just saying.
She's also wearing high-waisted jeans. They're unflattering on everybody.
Is that shirt supposed to be unflattering? Because that looks like a gut.
That looks like a bit of a paunch.
That looks like our boy got a gut.
Yeah.
And how? His brother's chicken place closed down. You'd think he wouldn't be eating as much.
Didn't somebody say earlier he stole ribs? Is that true? I missed it.
No, it's not true that he stole ribs. I will stand up for him when people are being nefarious.
You never know.
Adrian got fat, bro.
I don't know. I feel like he's always been that size.
Really? So you're saying he's always been a fat pig?
I've hugged that man many times. That seems about right.
What the fuck?
Back in the day.
Oh my goodness. William Walsh with $5 says, Marqueef, you owe double. What the fuck? Why are we attacking Marquise?
Did you two have a bet on me?
Oh, no. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Walsh. And also, I got a few more people to say thank you to. Alex D. and Rupert. Rupert says, this is when the fun starts. Let's roll. $10 from each of them. $80 away from tonight's goal. Hey, whoever's got that fake Elisa Jordana account, I'm just letting you know we're not blocking you. We're going to make you watch.
Well,
we are gonna make you watch every single piece of the beatdown that's coming tonight.
And it's so obvious. Like, none of you fakers are pulling like anything over our hood. Like, I don't know. Like, all you have to do is go to your channel. Like, you have 1 subscriber.
I was bummed when it wasn't her though. I want her to see.
It's too easy.
I want her to see. Clumpy Cat Litter says talking about another man gaining weight is kind of gay. Oh no, it's remarkably gay. It's very gay.
Aaron's been losing weight. Hello.
Look, when it comes to the things I'm willing to do to attack someone I have a grudge against, I'm willing to go gay.
Yeah.
It will get.
How far would you go?
There will be gay.
Would you sleep with somebody? A man?
That's a little too Machiavellian for me.
A glory hole.
That's a little too Art of War, son. That's some Sun Tzu shit right there.
Would you meet at Love's truck stop?
No, I see. That's too gay.
Damn it.
People are saying in the chat.
Just say you're gay.
No, not that gay.
A quick trip shower.
No,
I've heard they have good ones.
There's no gay sex in my grudges.
Just a shower. Nothing sexual.
No gay. No, not even a shower. I can't do it.
Damn it.
The fake Elisa Jordana says, let's watch April run away crying.
Yes.
It's going to be bad for you, bro. We're going to hold you down.
It's not going to be good.
We're going to hold you down and make you watch. And if you don't see it by the time we're done, then you're just one of the... Are you the guy with the makeup and the lip liner? Is that you? That would be
clown.
cute. We're going to show you.
The fat clown.
We're going to show you. That's going to be bad too. You might get so mad. You might get so mad, fake Elisa Jordana. You might wash off all your lip liner. You might wash off all your guy liner. You might actually run out of the basement and go into the sunlight to yell at me. You might.
It might sting, though.
It's going to hurt really bad because you are vitamin D deficient as a motherfucker.
See-through.
Right.
Really.
Translucent, really.
Transparent.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. Because one thing we do, no matter how mad I am, at what people did to April and whatnot, no matter how mad I am about that, one thing I don't forget to do is pick people apart in a very funny way. They're saying her Discord is full of, well, I don't know about the legality of that. I'm not sure, but I will say this. She preys on sick people. She preys on really sick people because she doesn't have any talent and doesn't know how to make a show look, man, I go through website and Twitter account after website and Twitter account, gather stories, cut up audio and video and all this shit to do a show. Whereas she goes, let's just talk to a bunch of guy incel freaks, make them think that I'm attracted to them or I somehow like them, when it's a one-way relationship. I'm using them for content, and then cry victim when some of them stalk me.
There's some serious allegations surrounding you right now, so I wouldn't be talking too big. Not you,
Yeah.
her.
I was going to say me.
No, her.
What have you heard? I'll tell you if it's true or not.
Oh, God.
Thank you to Orange Boy, says for Aaron's jugs, longevity, and firmness.
How are they today? Can you give us a jug update?
Taut. They're taut.
What size cup would you say?
They're a large A, I think, today. Nate says, Mindceptor says the SWAT was staged. I think I'm convinced. Look, Mindceptor, when we first started on YouTube, maybe you could say that was like them trying to go to war with us. Now it's just brutal jealousy. Like, if Mindceptor is still talking about this show, we left them in the dust a long time ago. But that's sad jealousy.
I forget about that guy.
At this point. Oof. Yikes. I saw that the creepy, like, overcompensating gay guy with the show.
Oh, yeah.
Remember him? Mm-hmm. The overcompensating gay dude.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, right. He tried to get on Royce's radar.
Oh.
I think that got like 50 views.
Try to get a little Royce rub.
Did not go so well. Standalone Cakecorn says, making fun of fat people is Anthony Cumia changing the name of My 600-Pound Life to Big Fat Fucks.
By the way, have you ever seen a more depressing show ever?
Than My 600-Pound Life?
Maybe just My 1,000-Pound Life.
I have seen a more depressing show. Kermit and Friends.
Okay, you got me beat.
Kermit and Friends. Max Flowers says, watch Aaron's boxing matches. She or he won't be that scared. Well, at least you're using both pronouns because we have no idea.
It's very inclusive.
CC Hall says, Eliza has a 9 to 5. Call it and tell her boss. No. Never gay ops. Never this show.
No.
Never gay ops. Never this program. Never canceling. Never. Look, if we make fun of someone so hard and like people who would use them for comedy shows or podcasts see us making fun of them and go, ooh, I don't want to use that guy. He fucking sucks. That's different. All right. That's our criticism. We were so funny that other people went, oh, that guy sucks. He's terrible. I don't want to work with him. That's different. But like going after people's 9 to 5s and shit, never. And if I find out any of you ever fucking do that, you're gone forever. I'm not using that as a threat because I don't think you guys would do that.
That's no different than what we've said too about like attacking people's sponsors and stuff.
Gay.
It's pretty gay.
Gay. Don't say gay. Atomic Citizen says, I only have more ex-incarcerated members than most, thanks to putting steel toe on the jail cell walls. No problem. Clumpy Cat Litter says, Mindceptor rules. That can't be serious. You cannot be that guy. Don't be that guy.
That.
Aspire to better things.
I love your name. Don't be that way.
Sean Lee says, I'm loving your double chin and April's balding head, but I still love you both.
I will say that was maybe like the most endearing, sad, yet hilarious clip I'd ever heard.
How much did you love Unique's take on us?
I did. I was sitting in the kitchen loving it. I'd like to hear it again.
He's like a skinny, in-shape guy, but he's got a double chin.
He called you in shape.
And she's balding. I know. I'm so insecure that I heard that and I went, he said I'm in shape?
I would say he probably said that because he's kind of not.
Maybe.
He's a little soft.
He's also in the Navy. It's a low bar, I think, over there.
They do different things over there.
Thank you to Marquise for $5. He says, what's Eliza's Discord? I'll be a steel toe investigative reporter. As long as you're not doing bad shit over there. I don't know where her Discord is. I don't do Discord.
No idea.
But if you want to go in there and, let us know when things are going down, that'd be fine with me. $65 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. You guys have pretty much nailed this thing, and we're not even halfway through the show. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Kyle is hilarious. Call back to the morning show. J.J. Jordanson Jr. was the Power Ranger yacht murderer.
Jeez.
Oh, okay. Call back to the... So they were trying to accuse Amy Jo Johnson of murdering someone on a yacht, and it wasn't her. All right.
It's very weird.
Is that even one of the original Power Rangers either? Like, I don't think it is.
Really? I thought it was.
I think that might be like one of the Saved by the Bell, the new class Power Rangers.
I thought he committed suicide.
No, you're thinking of the Green Ranger.
Okay, which other ranger died? What did I miss?
No. This one, they killed somebody on a yacht.
I missed that one then.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I saw the suicide one.
That one's fucked up. David Chandler with $50. Jesus Christ, buddy.
Jesus, man.
And Christopher with 10 over on PayPal. That's $60. We're
Thank
just
you.
5 away from our goal. Basically, guys, anything you throw into us tonight goes towards tomorrow morning.
David never tells me what I can give him extra. Never.
I know, he's just a super generous
He's
guy.
so nice.
I stopped asking.
Yeah.
Because he's just a super, super fucking nice dude.
Thank you, sir.
He probably won't answer. So thank you guys very much. $5 away from tonight's goal. Anything over that, we put towards tomorrow, which, by the way, tomorrow morning, we're $30 ahead for. So
That's very cool of you
holy
guys.
shit, thanks a
On
lot.
a short week, too.
Atomic Citizen with $3. Happy birthday, little Lemmy. That's fair. I don't know.
Shit.
Why are you guys giving
No.
us money for Lemmy's birthday?
It is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Lemmy. She also told me this weekend that she'd like to have me on her show very soon, which I thought was very cool.
Can we say anything about our buddy Raz?
No.
Okay.
God damn it.
Don't answer like that. People will start talking. I just say, can we talk about our buddy Raz? Just say
Look,
no.
he fucked up a little bit, but he'll tell us in good time.
God, it's just a double rape homicide. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
It was pretty ugly.
Great Harry Barnett says, does the name of the show not say enough about these people? Kermit and Friends. I can't say that with a straight face. You're going to love Overtime.
Also very gay, yes.
You're going to love Overtime. So who's the Power Ranger that killed people on a yacht? I need to know which one that is.
I don't know. I
Power
hadn't heard
Ranger Yacht Killings. That's such a fucked up name. It's
very niche.
John Julius Jacobson Jr., whose stage name is Skylar De Leon, who became famous in the TV series The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, but which fucking one?
Give us the color,
was he?
guys. That's all we want.
I just need to know the color. That's what
What color was he?
I'm always yelling that about crime.
Me too.
What color?
It's actually what brought us together.
I need to know how upset to be. Color, please.
On like a darkness scale.
I have a swatch.
Where are we?
I have swatches.
We have swatches.
Yeah. Thank you very much to Don't Hate with $5. We have now hit our goal.
Thank you so much.
For this evening. Thank you very much, guys. Let me take that off the screen there. If you guys want to chip in, you can, but it's all going towards tomorrow. We've hit tonight's goal. And we may be doing an extra hour tonight, depending on how long it takes to get to what we need to get to. So let me just take a look at this. Power Ranger convicted of triple murder. Monday, De Leon was convicted in Prescott, Arizona. Couple Tom Hawks and his wife Jackie, who were last seen November 15th, 2004, after departing on a test run to sell their 55-foot yacht, the Well-Deserved. Oh, you don't want to get murdered on the Well-Deserved.
That is fucking irony.
If you've ever needed any proof about like what I say about nobody deserves anything,
Yeah.
there you go. There's the
That was their day to go.
that was just your day to die when you get murdered on
Shit.
your yacht called the Well-Deserved. All right, let's go to a call here real quick. Then April's going to fill us in on a couple of things.
Okay.
Marquise, what's going on, buddy?
The Power Rangers you seek is the Red Ninja Storm Ranger who committed suicide.
So he's not even
And
the real one?
What does that mean?
The original, the OGs, the ones I watched when I was a kid.
No, this is in my my era of Power Rangers. And then the one that killed someone or attempted to kill someone is the wild person.
The who?
The what?
Jesus Christ. Can you people watch some new Power Rangers?
No, I
Wild
watched the one with Skull and what's his name, the two bullies in the school.
No, you said it correct.
I watched the one with Tommy the Green Ranger who just took his life somehow.
Listen, you old man, get out of your comfort zone and watch some new Power Rangers.
I'm not a child molester. I'm not going to watch Power Rangers at 35 years old.
He's almost 36, sir.
What do you mean? There are people that still watch Power Rangers at your age. What's wrong with that?
What do I look like? A fan of Kermit and Friends?
You still watch wrestling in your house?
No, I don't. Ooh. No, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? I haven't watched wrestling in 3 years. I haven't watched wrestling in 3 years, you son of a bitch. And even then, it was on and off during WrestleMania season. It was Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, and that's it.
He does like Blippi and Paw Patrol, though.
Fuck off.
Ew.
I don't.
Ew,
She's being cunty. She's starting to get famous, and she's
No, I
starting to
believe
feel
it.
herself.
I believe it.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Thanks. So it wasn't even a legit Power Ranger?
No, he's not even a real Power Ranger. He's a fake-ass
then-
Power Ranger.
He's a
Okay.
wannabe killing people on the well-deserved.
Yeah, I don't...
Sounds like they were deserving of
fucking
it.
checking out fake-ass Power Rangers.
Come on.
Red Lion Ranger killed a dude. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, curses with the
Rick
Power
killed a
Rangers.
guy.
Yeah, right? Orange Boy says, what about when you played with wrestlers and went and took your sons to play with them?
Aw.
So what if I tried to... I get kind of frustrated when I try to teach him to play wrestlers because he like flies with them and they fight like this. I'm like, buddy, no. You put them in the ring, you keep them on their feet. Boom, here's how you throw a punch. Bam. Bam, you turn his body into it.
You do get pretty into it.
5-year-olds don't play like that.
No.
All their guys fly.
I did find Aaron a pretty cool toy today that I almost bought him. It was like a big ass Hulk Hogan like wrestling figurine, like a doll almost, but it was like movable and shit.
Yeah.
But it was like $100.
No, thank you.
I know. It was pretty
Marquis
cool.
says, LOL, I said you people. Oh, yeah, usually when I say that, I just mean Negroes. What?
I just mean bankers.
Do we say that anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't think, yeah. I'm sorry.
No.
I get confused about what the common nomenclature is. All right.
What is the kosher thing to say now?
Hebrew.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're all Hebrew now.
for all of it. Yeah. So we need to get into some things on your end. People want to hear from you after all of this stuff went down. What's up? Let people know the journey that you've been on.
My journey, I'm going to keep it as short and sweet as I did on the members only last night.
Okay.
I will say, I think the very hardest thing about this, so we got swatted on Wednesday night and then Thursday morning, so twice. The most jarring part for me is that I had never had like a death threat before, like, and it was coming in the form of many texts, and we don't know where this guy is, right?
Yeah.
I'd never had like rape threats sent my way either. So when I didn't know where this guy was, and again, not to divulge anything into anything about myself, I'd been through an event before, so getting rape and death threats opens up a big can of worms for me. It sucks. It was hard. It sucked. You start going into the weekend, though, you kind of just take a day off, and it's like, fuck that guy. You know, he's not here. There's no real threat around, and it ends up just being a jarring incident, and you're fine. Yeah. I'm okay now. We had a really good weekend, and I was feeling better.
And that whole community is full. You also look at, like, you trace it back to the community it came from, and you just go, these are just sad sacks of shit, man.
And in a positive light, after all that, before we move on, I do want to thank everybody. I had an overwhelming amount of notifications on my phone, members of, kind words, care, concern from so many of you. So that was very cool. Moved me to tears damn near. So I appreciate you.
So the community with the, people with the eyeliner and the lip liner and the depressing looks, like they haven't been outside in 7 months. Those people didn't reach out really.
They burst into flames as soon as sunshine touches them.
It is a problem. It is a problem. And that's why they have such a hard time confronting people.
Yeah.
They get out into sunshine, they turn to dust. It's an issue with that community, but
instant cremation.
Hopefully they find a cure because it's a real nasty way to go.
It's cancer.
Nate says women are allowed to cry. Aaron, don't you cry on air ever? Well, I think April can tell you, like, the whole thing when it happened, I was more annoyed that we were losing showtime.
And again, like I was the one who got rape and death threats, and that didn't sit well with me for multitude of reasons. So once you find out the guy's not outside your door.
Yeah.
And by the way, and like that first night too, answering the door and like the police are there asking all these really weird questions at first. Like, is anyone hurt in there? Has somebody hurt you? That's all just kind of jarring for that first time. And then by the second time the cops show up, you're kind of like, this fucking wasting everyone's time.
And also, like, even if this person was close, like, this is the Midwest, we got equalizers here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not...
I'm not unprepared for you.
It's not like
I will say that much.
Gay-ass California. There's equalizers in the Midwest. So it's not a big deal. Also, I'm so... like, it sounds weird to say this. I am so used to this.
Right.
Like,
I wasn't.
I've been threatened with violence. I've been threatened with, death. I've been like from people who live here, like doing radio here and shit. Like you get threats from all kinds of lunatics and crazies.
I
so
hear
like
ya.
a bunch of people playing, for a 50-year-old, not even a has-been, and never was Six's attention, sadly, on the internet. I mean, people like that, I don't feel any heat from those guys. But I tell you this, it will be fun to ridicule them.
It's going to be
in
fun
overtime.
when things get taken care of, that's for sure.
And we got the spot. Now, did we say that the mugshot is going there?
I can actually move this SS thing over a tiny bit, and then it can sit right in front of me so I can see
Context, please. The SS
the
thing.
guy in the uniform goose-stepping with the beer. Does that help?
Yes.
What do you think the cop thought when she saw that?
Oh, God, I never thought of that.
That and my gun. Everything was kosher. It was good.
Grank Nutter Butter with 50 NOK. I have no idea what those are. I always forget what NOK are. Hi, Aaron, and my gay wife is afflicted with soupy backside syndrome. Any spare toilet paper you can donate is appreciated.
Get it? Because I'm always out shitting on Mondays.
Yes, because you have so much shit built up.
Nah.
And you only shit once.
I can spare one roll for you.
Yeah, and it's on Mondays. Cliff F says, mugshot hall of failure. Yeah, that would be. Would these suspects fare well in prison? Oh, they'd enjoy it, I think.
I think they would like it too much.
What I've seen from that Kermit and Friends show and doing my research to really start critiquing this monstrous disaster abortion of a show, I will say there's a lot of people who might have been doing this just so they could get to prison.
It might be their adult playground, if you will. Some of us like Vegas. Some of us like the woods.
Some of us like big
prison.
old cocaine, Marquise flavored dicks.
Woo.
Right in the old shit cutter.
That size too, of course.
Yes, definitely that size. So that happened to you. And then today you were listening to Misery Loves Company.
I was. And
a very interesting discussion took place. Now, to clarify, you said this was not about steel toe.
No.
And they don't know that the steel toe Chrissy thing is connected.
I don't know if they do or not.
Okay.
It didn't seem apparent that they knew or did not know. I will say, it was on Kevin's show, obviously. So it was Kevin, Bob Levy, and Chad Zumach, and their producer. And they were very adamant that the swatting did not happen to Chrissy and Frank.
Really?
Everyone does really seem to cling to, no, if the actual SWAT team did not show up to your house, it's not.
Okay.
I will tell you guys.
Let me clear that part up.
Well, I could too.
I know, but I'm the host and I want to do it, and I'm feeling egotistical. As far as swatting goes, the people who think that it has to be the SWAT team, that's like boomers. Like boomers being too literal. It's a shorthand. Swatting is a shorthand for basically anyone who calls the cops on someone who's live streaming.
In a certain fashion too. So when I answered the door that first night, they asked me a couple really uncomfortable questions first about everyone's safety. And then they start with, okay, I want you to know you're not in trouble. Yeah. You're being swatted. They did say verbatim.
The cops use the term swatted.
Yes.
And any laws that are written about it use the term swatted. So I understand why a 62-year-old, a 50-year-old, and a 60-year-old would be confused as to, oh, it can't be swatted. The SWAT team wasn't there. Well, it's not necessarily what it is.
It is considered a swatting. Typically, the dispatch will get in a call, much like they did to us, and it was like an animated voiceover, and they said they're killing their whole family.
Right.
So it'll be like a severe threat of violence.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. That's so creative and clever to call and say that. Okay. That's like a really clever, creative thing. You totally aren't a fucking Mo if you do that. Right. I'm sorry, go ahead. It's just really funny
What
to me.
the fuck?
Yeah.
So no, it's just a big threat of violence. And the reason they didn't respond with actual SWAT team here, because St. Cloud does have a SWAT team.
Right.
We've seen them many times. Not here, but out and about. Is they ran our names across like a database first, and they're like, oh, they do a show. This could be a total fake, obviously, which it was.
I don't mean to brag, but we're very popular amongst the police department
they do know
in
us.
St. Cloud, Minnesota.
That's, you know.
Yeah. I mean, one of the guys even like knew all of our lore and like all of our stuff.
They
like,
knew everything.
He's like, yeah, I knew you were down there doing a show right now, so we didn't know.
No, the guy.
It's almost like he was like, we didn't want to be too loud bothering you.
These two lovely gentlemen that came to my door, the rest all stayed away over here, like watching the scene, if you will.
Yeah.
They said, no, you're being swatted, but we kind of figured this was a work since we know what you guys do.
So now you have Bob, Chad and Kevin. They're doing Misery Loves Company, which I'll be able to check it out when they post it,
Yep.
probably late tonight. What did they have to say about it?
They basically just said, like, first off, they had to make fun of, like, Frank and Chrissy's living situation, which to me seems fine, whatever.
What is their living situation? I know they say he lives with his mom, but I've never heard that
and
from
what does
anyone
that
else.
matter? I don't know. They live in, somewhere where that, to me, would make sense.
I've never heard that from anybody else.
And yeah, it's the lore that they live with his parents and stuff, which who cares if they do.
Right.
But they're like, oh, no, that wasn't a SWAT team, or it wasn't a swatting if just an officer or two shows up. And then they went so catty as into like, oh, Pat Dixon says she's not a real redhead.
Now,
like, it got really
were they
bitchy.
trying to be funny or were they just being cunty?
It was kind of cunty. And
Ew.
it wasn't really Bob. Bob, you could tell, kind of was just sitting back, smoking his cigarette and just kind of like, oh, it could have been. And he almost...
Bob's very, I will say this about Bob. Bob's very middle of the road and fair to his friends.
Yes,
He doesn't give,
he
like
was.
when he's on Gino's show, he doesn't talk shit about Kevin. When he's on Kevin's stuff, he doesn't talk shit about Gino.
He doesn't want problems with anybody, which I think is cool, but some people could see that as also not being a friend sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, in a way, he was almost sitting back and he was actually trying to explain to Kevin and Chad, like, no, this is something that people do. Like nobody low-life gamers sometimes will call the police on somebody else and rat on them for something you're not doing, and then they do show up and sometimes people get hurt. So Bob, if anything, was trying to like explain it.
Yeah.
It was more Kevin and Chad. They were like, this is total bullshit. And that sucks because I like Kevin.
I'm not taking it as an offense from Kevin.
I'm not
I mean,
either.
Kevin just hates Chrissy and Frank.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I don't think he does because they booked her at their club next weekend.
It's a show.
Kevin,
everyone needs to remember people do shows, so
Right.
sometimes that stuff gets blown out of proportion. But
I mean,
Big deal.
so they didn't say anything about us and us faking it.
No,
And I know Chad on his live stream Saturday said, it could be a hacky radio bit that he's doing. But, like, that's Chad. I get that. But if it ever comes up with them and they ever need any kind of proof, I have no problem because I trust Bob and I like Bob. I'll send him my texts. And he can see for himself.
that's fine. I don't think anyone needs proof, though. I think people are doing a show and they want something to talk about because, they kind of, talked to Chad about his car accident and shit, too, trying to make sure. They asked him a lot of questions, you could tell, to make sure
they
it
were
was
skeptical.
real.
They were skeptical about
Like,
Chad's.
how did you get home? Oh, was this your girlfriend driving the car? Or was this, what was this? So, I don't know.
Very interesting idea I have here. And Lossless, if you're still here, pay attention for a second, buddy. I like Lossless a lot. He says, I'm unfortunately responsible for Elisa Jordana having a show. You have no idea how deep the depravity and psychosis of this woman's goes. Sounds like I might have to make a documentary on it. Lossless, if you need me for anything, I'm in. I emailed Turkey Tom yesterday, too, who did a documentary on Andy Dick, and there was a small part of Elisa Jordana and how she used him and manipulated the fuck out of Andy Dick, and we're going to play that later tonight. And,
if he needed more problems.
Right. If any of you guys need me, I am all in. I mean, it is her community that brought this upon us.
Yep.
So, our storm is over. But theirs is just beginning. That's for sure. We don't. If you've
Without
watched us,
saying too much.
if you've watched us covering Opie, from us, the storm is just beginning from like how you get treated on this show from now on.
Right.
If you've ever watched our coverage of Opie, Chad, anybody else, Brendan, anything, we tend not to let things go. We tend to really like to beat things into the ground.
The dead horse has been beaten to a pulp at some point.
I know that all these creeps that she enables, I know she's made them feel like they're something. You guys have no idea the amount of annoyance and bother and stress and anger you're going to feel when we're done being jokey and sarcastic and mocking you. Oh, it's going to be fun. So yes, Lossless, if there's anything you ever want to work together on regarding that, I'm excited to help you out. Nate says, Lossless, thanks for ruining Red Bar for me.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lossless. I mean, he did.
You had to have Lossless do that for you?
He kind of ruined it for all of us because he aired on that Sven call.
Oh, that was him, yeah.
Was
right.
what a lot of us were kind of thinking, but we weren't saying out loud because we didn't know if anyone else.
But the nose of the plane was kind of going down anyways. That was kind of like the final blow, if you will.
Lossless says, I've known Elisa since 2013, 2014. It was supposed to be Benji Bronk's show. and I was supposed to be the producer. Howard refused to let Benji do a podcast, so Eliza became the show. Good. Howard was fucking smart not to let Benji do that, because that show would have reflected poorly on Howard. Plus, she was trying to fuck Benji so that she could get into the broadcasting game. She didn't give a shit about Benji. She didn't care about Benji at all. And then she didn't give a fuck about Andy Dick. She thought that was the lowest dick on the totem pole she could suck to get back into the tabloids a little bit and create a career for herself. Now she's down there, streaming with mentally ill people with guy liner and lip liner on, trying to use that for content. It's remarkably sad.
Never go for the low dicks. They're always dirty.
No, low dicks are always dirty.
Bottom dicks.
Lossless says Eliza was never a writer for Howard Stern. She is lying. No, of course. She did like spots for the news because she was sucking Benji Bronk's dick. That's it.
I'd never heard about her before this show.
Yeah, and nobody should. Nobody should. Aaron is the only man brave enough to speak the Red Bar truths that still likes Mike. I do like Mike, and I do hope that he gets better and all of that stuff. I'm just saying, the guy's show, not what he used to be. I mean, that's...
Have you seen... Okay, you know how we do a lot of giveaways on this show?
Sure.
I don't know how closely you follow him, but have you seen that he's doing like giveaways on his show now?
I heard that on a couple episodes.
He's doing a lot of giveaways, like big ones.
That's fun.
It is fun.
Lossless says Benji did a bit where he took a finger in his butt, and Howard told Howard that Eliza came up with the idea so she could pad her resume as a writer. Howard forced her to be Miss Howard Stern for a month. Ugh. Howard showed Benji to his face that she was an attention whore. She got in a bikini for a month and became Howard's slave. They still kicked her off the show because she was annoying. Good. Fucking Howard still had his wits about him back then.
Sounds like a shitty existence.
Leaf King says everything Lossless is saying is a flat out lie. You guys look moronic falling for it, says Leaf King. I like Lossless. I trust Lossless.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel the same.
Everything Lossless is saying is a flat out lie. I don't know. I believe the guy. It totally, from what I've seen of her, it totally fits. D-Man says Lossless is correct. Wheezy says Chrissy Mayer loves Eliza. Ask her.
That's the second time he said that too.
Oh, well.
That would be strange. Well, that would be totally innocent on Chrissy's side of things if she doesn't know.
She's not going to like her very long when she finds out it was her community that swatted her.
It would be interesting if they did know each other and that's how this got started. But...
Oh, that's interesting. Right. Why would you choose Chrissy?
Now I kind of want to talk to Chrissy about this person.
Oh, shit. Lossless says he's her producer and pays for bot views on her show. Well, it ain't helping. There aren't many views on that thing. Not many subs, that's for sure. Lossless is a necessary evil villain. I love him. J Prime says, I have a feeling none of these people have children because they're clearly old enough to have them, but also act like them. Yeah.
So are a lot of single moms.
Hey, ain't I great? George says, Chrissy has no idea when it comes to Stern stuff. Wheezy says, Eliza was just swatted. Nobody from her community would swat. Duh. What?
He's saying that Eliza was just swatted, so nobody from her community would do
probably
that.
by her own fucking community that she built up.
You're hurting rabid cats. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, J Prime says towards you, LOL. Oh, sorry, J Prime. I thought you were shitting on us.
You got it.
Botter says, being a tart is not easy. I commend you, Aaron. Oh, Botter, are your feelings hurt? It's about to get bad, buddy. It's about to get... Sorry, Botter. Sorry, bud. This is not... You guys, you shot your shot and you... Hey, you come at the devil, you better not miss. Now you're going to have a pitchfork in your ass for years. It's going to be bad. All right, we got to do some stories, and then we got, like I said, Jordana Watch and Zumock Watch.
And I had a big deal with Zumock on this Saturday, so I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, you and Zumock had a back and forth.
I think he thinks I'm his friend now. He called me a Minnesota 9, you guys. Do you have the clip?
No, because he made it private, but we do have some clips that people clipped out privately. He didn't put it on his Patreon either.
That thing I retweeted might be a clip from somebody.
Lossless says, not kidding. He wrote a blog full of love letters to her also. Oh, God, Benji seems like the type. Robert says, Andy had actual talent, though. John is a total zero that failed up. Born Mush says, do you guys even know Barry Mezzi? No idea, but he's probably a creep. Clumpy Cat Litter says, so glad I cleaned my litter boxes earlier. Right? Atomic Citizen says, they grazed April. Thank you, Jesus, there wasn't any blood because had blood. You could have maybe retyped that.
Look, I blow back if that happens.
Marauder says, Chad Chatterson thinks you're a 9.
Yes. He thinks that I am a 9 from the Canada of the Americas.
Yes. As usual, Chad's retorts, not funny.
Has no idea how he got me, though. Does not like Aaron or his appearance.
It did upset him.
Very greatly.
Quite a bit. Rusty Grammar says, fucking with the wrong people. I know, they are, but they'll learn in time. They'll learn in time. This Jordana makes Chad look like Gandhi, though,
I think they'll just find that fucking with people that way in general is not going to get you the place you think it will.
No, I don't think so.
It's not going to end well, buddy.
It's not going to get you out of the dark cell. That's for sure. Speaking of people who are miserable and fucking full of hate and grossness,
yes.
You want to watch a clip from The View?
Always.
So, this is an interesting take. I've never heard this one before. And thank you, Steve. He says, April is back, part due. Skol, you're awesome. $10 from Steve. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Steve.
You guys are $40 ahead, by the way, for tomorrow morning. Thanks a ton.
So cool.
So, on The View, they were talking about gay pride parades and Christianity. Now, I don't know what you guys know about Christianity and gayness, but they go together like Dom Perignon and diarrhea shits.
Tax and babies.
Yes, it goes together like, I don't know, spike strips and tires.
Chocolate and dogs.
Yes. So on The View, they decided to talk about Jesus and gays. Now, I figured the book had kind of laid it out.
You'd think.
About Jesus and gays, that it was pretty,
frowned upon.
It was, yeah, they weren't the biggest fans in the Bible.
No butt stuff.
Of homosexuals. Yeah, the booty hole.
It's sacred.
Exit only, I believe, in the Bible. But
shaped like a halo.
Now, that's what the church and Christianity and religious scholars would have you believe. But they're not Sonny Hostin from The View. Now, remember, the last time we heard from Sonny B. Hostin.
Sonny B. Hostin,
she was saying that white suburban ladies were like cockroaches.
Oh, that was her.
Going towards the raid. So now let's see what she has to say about Jesus.
For who they were, and someone came to that place.
And that's what's so sad. And I don't know that they hide behind religion, because I said this on this show once before. Jesus would be the Grand Marshal at the Pride Parade.
I don't think so.
I don't believe. You might want to go back and read your Jesus. I don't. I mean, here's, at best, Jesus would go, I still love them. I just don't think they should be burrowing in each other's anuses.
And I might just strike them down as an example.
Well, his dad might. But I think
Right,
Jesus would be like, I still love you. I'm still dying for your sins, this and that. Could you maybe stay out of the whole sodomy business?
Just,
maybe
no
just
buttholes.
Fuck vaginas and have babies. That'd be cool, right? That could be fun, right? Just think of it as a really, really loose anus. There you go.
Why does it have to be really loose?
Well, compared to an anus, it's self-lubes.
Oh, man.
It can slide in there if it gets excited enough. It's like a loose butthole. No offense to women and vaginas and all of that, but I mean, you don't see...
Is it like a loose butthole?
You don't see blood leaking out of buttholes every month, do you?
After enough butt stuff, okay.
Well, that's why Jesus says, ixnay on the ut stuff bay. Ut-based stuff stay. Fuck.
Try again.
Anyway, let's listen to Sonny Hostin say that again.
Okay.
And let's listen to the crowd's reaction this time.
Behind religion, because I said this on this show once before. Jesus would be the Grand Marshal at the Pride Parade.
I don't mean about gay people. I mean in every argument.
That got nothing. You know how people like Sonny Hostin speak in sound bites so they can get the big applause from the crowd?
Yes.
That was a line for her that she thought was going to get.
It was going to hit
this, and it got. You heard church coughs.
There was a couple groans even. Did you notice the groans? No.
Stupid whore.
Not right.
At the Pride Parade.
I don't mean about gay people.
I said this on this show once before. Jesus would be the Grand Marshal at the Pride Parade.
Oh, yeah, just in chaps and shaking around and listening to Lady
Assless
Gaga.
chaps, yes.
Oh, there's only one kind of chaps.
Did you hear that though? There's a couple groans, like
Couple of groans. Yeah.
I said this on this show once before. Jesus would be the Grand Marshal at the Pride Parade.
I don't mean about gay people. I mean in every argument we have.
But here's
we weaponize religion.
Jesus would be the Grand Marshal of the Pride Parade until the first float with guys on G-strings coming by with kids on it. He'd go, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Right.
what the fuck?
like maybe he didn't know quite what pride meant. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, these people are just, you know,
well,
really
and the
happy
Bible
about what they've done.
The Bible is not big on pride either.
No, because it's vain.
Christianity is not like pride. You should not have too much pride. So he probably would hate,
You
like,
should be humble.
forget gay. Like, he doesn't care about gay, just the pride part. He'd be like, I don't want anything to do with this shit. Plus, Jesus would then see a trans person. He goes, whoa, whoa, hold the fuck on a minute. I was not ready for that.
I don't even know how to judge that.
I don't even know what that is. My dad apparently, allegedly made it. Dad, you know anything about this? Son, I've never fucking seen that in my life. I swear to God.
How do I die for you if I don't know what you are?
Yeah. I swear to me, Jesus, I have no idea what the fuck that is. I didn't. Dad, are you sure you weren't like on a coke bender and you made? Son, that's not my handiwork.
Acid, PCP,
Right.
anything?
Hold on, Dad. I'm getting word that it's Dr. Mendelstein who did it. So that's apparently.
Steen.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Son, you might want to steer clear of him if you know what I mean.
Ixnay.
I don't know if they hold grudges. I saw that Passion movie. They were pretty fucking pissy about it.
Watch out.
I don't need to watch any more of that, do you?
I know, that
Of
was
The View?
perfect.
Yeah.
That was so short and sweet.
Jesus would be the Grand Marshal of the Pride Parade. You know what? Maybe we're thinking of a different Jesus. Maybe we're thinking of Jesus.
Maybe we're thinking about that guy who walked around saying he was Jesus in like New York or something.
Yeah, maybe she's thinking of Jesus
Causing
Monroe from The
problems.
Walking Dead. Maybe that Jesus.
Maybe they're talking about Yeezus.
Oh, Kanye.
Like Kanye.
Yeah, maybe that's who they're
That
thinking
could
of.
be.
I have a feeling he's not a big fan either, if I may.
No.
Also, hey, I was listening to Weird Al Yankovic today because I'm cool. And
Of course.
I was listening to Pretty Fly for a Rabbi. Mm-hmm. And then I found out Weird Al isn't Jewish.
No, he's not.
And I listened to the song, and like by 2022 standards, you listen to that song and you go, fucking based, Weird Al.
I was going to say some of his songs are kind of like not in favor of the thing he's singing about.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Pretty based for
very
nowadays.
satirical, yeah.
Dude, that song about is it a Bare Naked Ladies parody? The one about the Jerry Springer show?
Oh, man.
It's from Running with Scissors. I also realized by downloading all of his stuff on my Amazon that Running with Scissors is my favorite Weird Al album.
Interesting.
Yeah, Running with Scissors
I don't
is
know
really good.
what mine is.
Weird Al, Pretty Fly.
For a rabbi.
Lyrics. I can't play the song, obviously, because we'll get popped, but it's like,
Oy vey.
yeah, how you doing, Bernie? Oy vey. And all the goyim say I'm pretty fly for a rabbi. And like, there's a lot of stereotype shit in there.
Reads the Torah, does his own accounting too.
Right, yeah. It's,
no.
So how's by you? Have you seen this Jew? Reads the Torah, does his own accounting too, working like a dog at the synagogue. He's there all day. Just say Vayazmir and he'll kick into gear. He'll bring you lots of cheer and maybe bagels with some schmear. I mean, he shops at discount stores. Not just any will suffice. He has to find a bargain because he won't pay retail price.
I do that though, and I'm not Jewish.
He never acts meshuggah, and he's hardly a schlemiel, but if you want to haggle, he'll make you such a deal. Like, by 2022 standards, this is kind of an edgy song.
It's pretty good.
Back then, it was just silly. We've gone backwards in fun.
That is true.
Because, like,
Nothing can be fun anymore because it's always offensive to somebody.
Yeah, this was just this was actually hacky back then. I mean, we all liked it. But it was kind of just a wacky, silly song that he made. But then, like 2022, there's a lot of Jewish stereotypes that a goy isn't supposed to make. He's not supposed to be able to do this. It talks about him doing bris and shit like that. It goes pretty deep. And then also, there's a lot of trans stuff in the Jerry Springer song.
I don't know that one. I don't think I know that one.
Dude, Running with Scissors is a very good Weird Al album. Weird album.
Ooh.
Boo. George says Weird Al takes subtle jabs at the suits. A generous lover says he tried to warn us.
The warnings came straight from Weird Al.
Jeff Reed says, hold the phone. Weird Al isn't Jewish. That completely shakes my weird worldview.
We were watching the movie Weird, and we looked it up, and he's totally not Jewish at all.
What I found out today is that he's actually a member of the Hollywood Church of Christ. Like, he's a hardcore Christian.
Hollywood Church of Christ?
Yeah, there's a Hollywood Church of Christ.
It's kind of weird.
It's for Christians who are in Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Right. Triple N says, I think people just assume he's Jewish. I think Jews assume he's Jewish because he's not supposed to know that much about Judaism and Yiddish and all that other shit.
I don't know. Maybe he grew up around a lot of them in the industry.
Balls Deep says, I always thought Weird Al was the inside guy.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that our Agent X there with the suits was Weird Al Yankovic.
Am I the only one who occasionally wishes his life was more like the movie that just came out? That was such a good movie.
If that was his life, that would have been fucking
Honestly,
awesome.
I don't think there are very many good comedies that have came out recently. I'd consider that a good one.
That was a
I
really
really
good
liked that movie.
It was really good.
Daniel Radcliffe killed it.
By the way, judging by the text I just got, we're already rattling the Elisa Jordana cages. We've already got them shook.
Do you care to show me, or is this after the show?
Look it. You'll like this. We've already got them shook. Before I block that number, I just got sent that 25 times. We haven't even started really.
Looks like we have something else to report, huh?
Oh, we haven't even. No, this isn't even a threat.
No, it's just the
they're
number.
Scared. They're just scared that we're coming after them. Oh, this is fantastic. You have no idea. This is exactly what I wanted. Oh, John says people always bitched about stuff like that. Difference was that no one indulged that idiocy.
No.
Back then. Did they bitch about Weird Al?
I wouldn't think so. He seems pretty...
Yeah.
While his actual lyrics, some could have been bitched about, I mean, people kind of saw him, I think, as pretty innocent.
You look at Weird Al and...
Like the guy did White and Nerdy, come on.
Yeah, like if people go to Weird Al and like, I'm offended by Weird Al. Back then, people just would have went, are you fucking insane?
The guy said he spends his nights with a roll of bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Pop.
Andrew says, Aaron's Christmas just came early. Oh, dude, we've got them so fucked up. They're honestly, they're in their little Discord right now, and they are just going mental that we've decided to do this. Oh, they're going to react harder than Zumak. They're going to be so rattled. This is.
I don't even think that's like a Zumak thing. Like, he wouldn't be doing that.
I'm lifting up the table right now.
I see this.
Lazy Short says threats in response to an accusation usually confirms said accusation. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely feeling exposed at the moment. And these people are like roaches. Like, they need complete darkness, and we're about to shine a light on them. I don't think they like it. Ooh, let me see.
Oh,
Let me see. Yeah.
That number and some information is going to get passed along, should I say.
Also, I don't mean to give away any of our secrets, but your Discord isn't safe. Discord is not a secret. Lossless says, Aaron, you have no... Let's just say we've turned a few state's evidence. Lossless says, Aaron, look, you came after the wrong show. That's all it is. You ran into a ruthless, obnoxious dickhead. Your fault. It's a rookie mistake. It happens. Lossless says, Aaron, you have nothing to fear from Elisa. It's the IP2 community she got involved in yet another desperate attempt at fame. She actually thinks she's the female Ice Poseidon. Well, Ice Poseidon, not the cleanest guy in the world either, but he's never crossed us.
I don't know that
in
guy
any
at all.
Was the person calling a dumb troll or mentally ill? No, it was texting. Texting the show number that we have.
Both can work, though.
Yeah, Jake gave him the show number, and so now they text the show number.
Yeah.
And oh, boy. Oh, someone says fuck around and finding out. Oh, they are finding out. We have the greatest part is, look at how not used to this these people are. Have I even started yet?
No, we can't really start yet.
I haven't. No, I mean with the Elisa stuff.
Oh, them.
I haven't even started.
Yeah.
Haven't even
Just
started yet. And they're losing their mind. Riz Digga says Jake is behind this. Yeah, he was just an idiot and he wanted to ingratiate himself. Well, that's what Eliza does. She brings in damaged, mentally ill, sick people, makes them think they're a friend. They get embraced by the other sad, sick people in the community. And then he divulges all this stuff to him and everyone he has a problem with and everyone he doesn't like. And they go, we'll get them for you, Jake. And unfortunately, Jake kind of fucked himself right in the ass with that.
I don't know what that does for somebody. Oh, I'm going to get him for a Jake Hudson. Oh, wow. Yeah. That really must be elevating your way of life. I don't know.
Yeah. 3 people doesn't call, 1 do. You should stop before the cops take this serious. Not worth it, dude. Who, me? Or the person calling? Oh, the person. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, it's too late for that.
Well, yeah, even the cops told us, like, yeah, these guys are total, I want to say the R word, but, you know, they're absolutely mental because you could have just called in the SWAT thing and like, oh, haha, we got the cops sent to their house and stuff, right. But you just keep sending shit after that just keeps burying you. You fucking guys. You're so stupid.
Let's put it this way. The authorities on...
You're so stupid.
None of the departments we've spoken to are very impressed with the intelligence of these individuals.
No, it is lacking greatly.
That's for sure. Jake, we do have audio of Jake calling Eliza's show.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, have you been watching Animal Planet?
Doesn't seem like a question you'd ask someone on a show. All right, we got to talk about some silly shit. You can tell I'm bursting at the seams, excited to go after a new lolcow, but we do have to talk about the brand new Mountain Dew flavor that's shaking the country.
They come out with too many.
Brace for some stupid shit.
I'm ready.
The director of marketing and flavor development at Mountain Dew needs to be fired, according to Not the Bee. And not like a carbonated beverage. The limited edition seasonal drink that Mountain Dew is introducing this year is called Fruit Quake.
Oh, come on.
Fruit Quake.
Please stop.
It's a fruit cake flavored soda that they're going to be releasing.
Okay, even the dessert itself isn't worth consuming.
Look, it's just for the holiday season.
But
they're going to release a Fruit Quake Mountain Dew.
And what is your feelings on this? You're the Mountain Dew connoisseur in this house.
I'll say this. Nothing can be worse than Mountain Dew Livewire Orange.
I don't know if I've ever had that. I always thought the Voltage, the blue one, tastes good for 3 sips tops, and then it's too much sugar for me, and I'm out.
Even regular Mountain Dew is dog shit to me.
I really don't like Mountain Dew. I don't drink it.
I only like Diet Mountain Dew. That's it.
I can't do either one.
Sounds perfect for you two fruits, says Crank Nutter Butter. Oh. Now, does fruitcake, I've never had fruitcake. Is the taste bad or is it a texture thing?
I feel like it's just kind of like a dense, it's kind of like the texture to me of like a hardened cake with like those dried weird cherries in it and different fruits and shit and nuts. And it's just an abomination.
Grimmy says Aaron will try the Fruit Quake Mountain Dew live on stream. I mean, I'll try anything once except butt sex.
At least not on screen.
No, not on screen. No, absolutely not. Zen Rhino says Code Red was cool. That's where you and I differ. But it got old. I drink Mountain Dew when you could just pour tons of sugar into tap water and get the same effect.
Yes, just drink sugar water. We know somebody who likes sugar water.
Sugar in water. More. Sorry. Edgar, your skin is hanging off your bones. Oh, yeah. There. Is that better? Came in here, did a full-out impression of investigation, not believe to take down everything I said, not believe in one word I said.
I think once a week that's appropriate.
Why?
It's very good.
Oh, you're right about one thing. You ever pull the wings off a fly? You ever care to see the fly get even? I'm looking for a friend of mine. Left behind him a gift I gave him. Pet cat means the world to me. I like to have it back. Don't do that. Don't do what? Don't do it. I put my hands on my head like this. All right. It's a long trip. I'll need a snack. Sorry. Vincent D'Onofrio and Men in Black. I can't stop once I start. I apologize.
You just got to sit back and let you go.
Oh.
It's like it takes over you. He sucked out your insides and now he's wearing your skin.
You know, I've been noticing an infestation here. Everywhere I look, in fact, nothing but a poorly evolved, barely conscious pond scum, totally convinced of their own superiority as they scurry about. They're short, pointless Lies. Yeah. Don't you want to get rid of them? Oh, in the worst way.
You were sick. There's something wrong with you.
Sorry. Triple N calling it pure unadulterated autism.
Yep.
Lossless says Elisa Jordana is ashamed of being Jewish, got a Michael Jackson nose, and changed her name from Eliza Schwartz. Yeah, she is so fucking desperate to be famous, and I've watched 5 minutes of her, and I could tell it right away. George says, that's some good dialogue from the late 90s. You're welcome. Look, again, Lossless, we're going to get into all of this in about 20 minutes here, buddy, but if you want to work together on something, let me know. I am fully willing. I'm in with both feet on this deal.
He's eager.
Yes, I'm an eager beaver, as it were. King Fisherman says, yes, Jake is autistic, but if he's that bad, he shouldn't be allowed on the internet or only with adult supervision. He hurts so many. How many times can he say sorry and repeat himself later in the day? Look, man, dead to me as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed.
Like Jake is in
not okay.
As far as I'm concerned, they had a funeral for Jake last weekend. They put his body to rest. Family and friends grieved. And now he's talked about in the past tense.
The family and friends were the rats that lived in a ceiling.
Yes, of course. They came to mourn.
His dad passed away, as
yes.
you all know.
And eat his eyeballs and all that stuff. And at least his...
Actually, no burial needed. They just ate him.
His dead dad is the only person who found peace from Jake's nonsense. That's all. He's the only man who found any kind of peace.
Actually died to get away from it.
Guys, I have a crazy story for you. This is fucking bananas. Oh,
What
you're
happened?
not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. You're going to need to see the article or hear me read it to you for you to actually believe it. April, look away.
I'm looking away.
There was a threat
Okay.
to a New York City synagogue that people said this is proof of this right-wing behavior and the Kanye stuff. It leads to anti-Jewish sentiment and all this other stuff.
Okay.
Thank God they arrested the guy who threatened the Jewish synagogue.
Well, thank God they got him, yes.
Any idea on who it was?
Let me think. I'm going to guess it was a Jewish man.
Kin of a Holocaust survivor, actually.
Look at that.
Wow, I tell you, that Kanye, man, look at him just scooping up all the Jews and getting them to turn on each other. That Kanye is a regular fucking Niccolo Machiavelli, if you ask me.
Just sick.
He's Sun Tzu. That's our second Sun Tzu reference tonight.
You can't fucking make this shit up.
Somebody made Machiavelli made a book called The Prince, which is like a how-to book on like gaining power and moving up. He was like the Renaissance days Littlefinger, kind of.
Yep.
And somebody was talking about Chad in our comments section, and there's Machiavellian. They called it Zumachiavellian, and instead of the Prince, they said Zumachiavelli, the dunce and its discourses. I really liked it.
That's really fun.
I wish I would have thought of Zumachiavellian and the dunce instead of the Prince, but I didn't think of it.
It's pretty good.
You
had a different word for him. What was it?
Zumak?
Yeah, you did. You had something.
I don't know.
God, you had a good word for it. I don't remember what it was.
Zumachian. There's that. That's my term. Like when something is stupid and projecting and contradictory, it's Zumachian. But Zumachiavelli, I thought, was really good. So anyway, one of the two men accused of plotting to attack a New York City synagogue is Jewish and the grandson of a Holocaust survivor.
Oh,
April,
boy.
go ahead and knock me over with a feather.
He's dead.
Dude, it's all of the. I'm sorry, but it's at least 50% of these.
It's right. You don't have to think hard about it anymore. It's the person looking for some attention.
Somebody
for their
writes,
group.
I hate ends in a high school bathroom, and there's walkouts and all this other shit. Some black kid did it to, just was trying to raise awareness by creating a problem. That's wonderful.
Or they draw like swastikas and it's, again, it's the black guy.
And then you've got, or this, in this case, the synagogue gets threatened. It's a Jewish guy that did it. And
God, why would you ever look at him?
Quetzalcoatl says it right. He says it will still be counted as a hate crime according to the ADL. Oh, of course. Dude, they never miss an opportunity to just list that. Go ahead and count it anyway.
Technically, it is a hate crime. It's just you did it.
Right. It's just the call came from inside the house.
Came from inside the house.
Jeff says 50% of the time it happens 100% of the time.
and my tits would like to say there's an 80% chance it's already raining.
It's an 80. My tits say that it's an 80% chance it was a Jew. That's, I believe so. Anyway.
Yep.
Lossless says Eliza also convinced a mentally ill guy that he could marry her. This is a guy who donated money to her. Instead of telling him they are just friends, she convinced him someday he could date her. Again,
that's good.
None of this surprises me.
That's like a fucking OnlyFans model convincing some guy they have a relationship, and then he goes crazy.
And then she goes on other shows and she goes, well, I've had some of them stalk me before. Like, she's oddly into it.
Like a badge of honor.
Right. She wants to be famous so fucking bad, and it never happened for her. No matter
aren't good.
Who she's tried to suck off, who she's tried to fuck, any of that, it's never panned out in fame.
Oh, she's always aimed high, by the way.
Now she's desperate. These guys see a 6 on the internet who's pushing 50, and they go, does she like me? And she's like, oh, I like all of you guys. You're so great. You're special to me.
Dude.
Money, 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 attention, attention, attention. And then when these guys go crazy and stalk her, she leads them on, she enables them. These crazy mentally ill people go and stalk her. She's like, I got stalked by Of course you did.
Okay, think of the sexual things Jake had said to us at one point. Now think of like the attention he got from her and what he would have thought that to be.
Lossless says he cried because he saw her flirting with another guy. We're talking an actual mentally ill person. She called him and convinced him that there's still a chance. Dude, without saying too much, they're all mentally ill. Everyone we've been exposed to in that universe is deeply troubled, and she enables all of it.
Yeah.
And I disagree with Ross. She's not hot either. There's definitely...
I will say, the first time we watched her with Jake on here, I actually thought she was very attractive. I had I didn't know idea what she was or who she was.
Skin is beginning to turn. That's all
I didn't
I'm
know
saying.
that. I don't think her looks save her regardless, so...
we got to go on to a couple other stories because we got about 15 minutes before we're going to start doing the overtime stuff, which is going to be Jordana and Chad Zumach. Now, we can always get to Zumach later, but we might be able to do 1 hour. I said that I'm leaning towards doing 1 hour of overtime tonight and doing both Eliza and Chad in one fell swoop. You guys have already hit our goal, and you're $40 ahead for tomorrow, so thank you very much for the generosity. Do you remember that documentary, The Tinder Swindler?
Oh, yeah. How do you forget?
And I told you while we were watching it, like, I feel no sympathy for these women whatsoever.
Right.
Because of their inability to even use the basic critical thinking skills they were given at birth.
Well, even me just sitting back there like I could be dumb, stupid woman, right? But like I'm watching, like he says, oh, I can't come see you this weekend for this, this, and this. And, you know, it's like even that to me is just, okay, this guy's not interested. You should walk away at some point.
Yeah.
Or there's some red flags.
Right. So this Tinder Swindler documentary, everyone went, this guy's a piece of shit. This guy's evil. I'm like, it sounds like this guy found dumb broads desperate to be in love and then just played them.
I will say that
got them to send her money, send him money.
That does not negate the evil part. He is evil. He did bad things, but they played right along. So they're equally as dumb.
He made evil suggestions and they said yes.
Yeah, he opened the door for it.
He made evil suggestions.
He is a bad person. That's a bad person.
Dude, they said in that documentary, they're like, we're not really sure what crimes he committed because this was all like suggested.
Say at
the fraud.
Most it's fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time fraud. Because he did pretend to be part of that diamond company and he had nothing to do with it.
Right. A 25-year-old Israeli woman has come forward as the latest victim of notorious con artist Shimon Hayat from the much-discussed Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler. Now, this is where I don't feel sorry for this fucking lady, even more than the people in the movie. This movie has come out. She says she's seen the movie before, and she still fell for the goddamn thing. I mean, at what point do you just throw someone like this into a volcano and wash your hands of it?
Dude, I agree with you, unless she was like, this happened to her already, and like she just wasn't part of the documentary. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which is also dumb because, look, while those girls are stupid, you might as well make some money on it, right?
I mean, look.
If it already happened, why not? You already lost all your money.
He's still at it, though. Like, that's impressive.
Still?
I mean, she says so.
Okay.
Hayat's charms eventually cost the woman about $130,000. Tranov told her story in a television interview last Friday when Hayat reached out to her. She confronted him about the documentary, but he managed to convince her that he is innocent.
So you're right then. This happened after the fact.
No, that's a fact. This happened after.
Right.
And she's like, hey, you're the Tinder Swindler guy. He's like, oh, much better now. It's like,
I didn't do those things.
Yeah.
They said I said, but I didn't do those.
It's all a setup. It's like Ted Bundy with his girlfriend,
Yeah.
With all the
they're
excuses.
Just, they just want what you have.
He took me through every woman who had what, a pulse? Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yes.
He took me through every woman who had complained about him. With every woman, he told me they were lies, and he was right. He doesn't look like a criminal chasing prey, she says.
God, people are so stupid. I don't claim her as part of my race. I don't.
I'm sorry, but to me, she's indicative of it. To me, she should be a fucking mascot.
Well, then I must be the exception.
Tranov told her new romance, Hyatt, that she was looking for a new car. He promised to help her find a car for a good price, posing as a partner of a car import company. So now he's the Carvana guy. He's gone from diamonds to Carvana.
I actually heard that about him. I follow him on like fucking Instagram and shit, and he's posted about cars and stuff. Like,
he arranged
after this.
Does he have a Bugatti?
I don't
Because
think
if you
so.
don't have a Bugatti, you're a piece of shit.
That's just Andrew with his 32
Yes.
Bugattis.
Yes, I got 32 Bugattis. He arranged a luxurious BMW at a very attractive price. Hayut had Tranov transfer the amount to his account and instructed the 25-year-old how to get loans from various banks. No sooner said than done. Tranov transferred $130,000 to the scammer. She didn't get the car right away. He gave her a temporary car, saying he would work on the vehicle she wanted. No papers, no documents, just
Look.
here's $130,000. You fucking deserve it.
We are stupid.
You just
fucking
deserve
broads.
it at that point.
You don't go out with that guy. I feel like, okay, for all of us stupid women out there, like that documentary should be a glaring red flag, like fucking runway light saying no, right to him. Like, you just don't date that guy ever again.
April, you don't understand. He told her he's innocent.
No, I know, I got that part.
Okay.
Right.
Just making sure you knew
no,
that.
No, you still don't date the Tinder swindler guy.
But he's innocent.
But just
told
in
her that.
case.
Okay.
Right? He might be totally innocent, that's fine. But for God's sakes, just in case, man.
I'm now choking on my own spit because I was so excited to make fun of this man. It's okay, I'm just dying.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? Do you need mouth to mouth?
A nice dick in the ass would be nice.
Dick in the ass stops a good cough.
Yeah, for sure. Puts the pressure on the anus.
All the blood rushes there.
The temporary car turned out to be a confiscated car registered in someone else's name.
Oh, that's good.
Good work.
You've got him dying.
Tranov demanded her money back, and after much insistence, Hayut gave her a check. But as with his previous victims, guess what happened to the check?
It bounced.
It was rubber. Boing, ba-boing, ba-boing, boing, boing. The check was signed by another woman, allegedly another victim of the Tinder swindler. In the meantime, Tranov was still in possession of the temporary car. During a court hearing on another case against him, Hayut claimed that Tranov stole the vehicle. I fucking love this guy.
So wait, that check that he wrote the chick that lost $130K was signed by another victim who also believes this guy is innocent or what?
Yeah.
What is going on here? For God's sakes.
They're fucking stupid.
God.
They're all
You would
dumb.
think we all just think with our labias and like all the blood throbbing there because he's so hot.
Your cervix.
He's not even attractive is the worst part. Have you seen him?
He looks
He's
remarkably Jewy.
Remarkably attainable. There's nothing exciting about him.
By the way, they're saying that the $130,000 is not a lot of money.
How much is a lot?
Well, $750,000 is a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I like Wade so much.
I don't know.
He's just such a prick.
Wade dies, you guys.
Jeannie and Scotty never have to worry. Like, he treats Jerry like a bag of shit the entire movie. Jesus, Jerry, we're not a bank. If I'm gonna go for a loan, I'll go to Midwest Federal and talk to Bill Deal. He's at North Star now. What?
You can just tell everyone walks all over him.
I mean, if I'm gonna go 1 over prime on a loan here, I'm gonna need the guarantee. Like, I'm talking FDIC. I don't see anything like that here. All right, I guarantee your money. I'm not talking about your damn word, Jerry. So did he ever get the finder's fee, or did he even fuck that up?
No, I think that all got fucked.
He fucked up that finder's
I don't think
fee.
anything ever fell into the right places for anything to work out for him.
It was a $75,000. It was a $750,000 deal, and didn't they say a 10% finder's fee?
Yeah.
So they would have given him $75,000.
Yep.
And what was he trying to get from Grimsrud and Steve Buscemi?
Wasn't
40 grand.
it
They were going to split
40?
80 grand.
Yep.
So he was going to get 40 grand. He was going to walk away with 75 grand. The dumb fuck.
I know.
I'm hungry
gonna
now,
do it.
you know.
Isn't that movie just kind of like the lesson is like greed fucking kills you at some point?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. George says he never made the deal with Wade. Jerry was going to give 10% back to Wade. No. Wade was going to give 10% back to Jerry.
Did he ever fax over those serial numbers? God damn it.
No, he left before, and they were going to recall that money. Oh, but that money was like $360,000.
And did they ever get that fucking body spray cleaned up from the wood chipper?
Oh, that just melts. You got to wait for that snow to melt.
Oh, it's kind of everywhere. You just know it's not going away. It's
not.
like right there.
Well, anyway, that's another part of Fargo.
Spoiler alerts. We should have said that first. Spoiler alert.
Not talking about your damn word.
Fargo does not end on the happiest of notes.
Servap Singh says, Lemmy and April, you look amazing. Oh, hello, Aaron. Hi, Servap. Nice to see you again, buddy. You're a lot nicer than you used to be.
Lemmy is pretty fine, I will say.
George says, no, remember when Jerry offers 10% and they laugh? No, I thought they offered him 10. You know what? There's only one way we're going to settle this.
I don't know now. Fuck, we just saw this. We just watched
We just
it.
need to talk about your fee. Fargo.
Finder's fee.
Fargo finder's fee. As long as we don't play the video, we'll be okay.
Oh, here we go.
I'll skip around so we're not playing the whole goddamn thing.
Do it for me. I need the principal.
Look how young and spry he was.
Heck, I'd go 1 over prime.
Bringing it to us.
No, but Wade, see, I was bringing you this deal for you to loan me the money to put in. It's my deal here, see?
It's my deal, Wade.
Jerry, we thought you were bringing us an investment.
Yeah, right.
You're saying...
I think it's before this.
My fee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Well, it's a pretty...
What kind of finder's fee are you looking for?
Huh?
The financials are pretty thorough, so the only thing we don't know is your fee.
My fee? Wade, what the heck are you talking about?
See, I thought they...
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
okay.
Yeah?
We're good to load in,
Yeah?
but we never talked about your fee for bringing it to us.
Okay, so who
No,
brings it
but
up?
Wade, see, I was bringing you
Yeah, who
this
brings
deal for
up
you to
the
loan
fee?
me the money to put in. It's my deal here, see?
They're
Jerry,
gonna
we thought you were bringing us an investment.
they're gonna
Yeah,
offer
right.
him.
Yeah, I thought
You're saying...
They will.
they offered him 10%.
They
What are
will.
you saying?
You're saying we put in all the money and you collect when it pays off.
No, I'd pay you back the principal and interest. Heck, I'd go 1 over prime.
We're not a bank, Jerry.
If I wanted bank interest on
talk to Bill Deal.
$750,000, I'd go to Midwest Federal, talk to old Bill Deal.
He's at North Star.
He's at...
No. See, I don't need a finder's fee. I need...
Uh-oh.
Finder's fees, what, 10%? Heck, that's not going to do it for me. I need the principal.
Well, Jerry, we're not going to just give you $750,000.
What the heck were you thinking?
So, yeah, so Jerry
And then our
says...
clip's coming up.
Yeah, Jerry says finder's fee is what? 10%. So
Right.
Jerry's the one who says 10%. He could have taken the $75,000, you fucking idiot.
Okay, but I think
Every time I watch that movie, I get to that part and I'm like, why don't you fucking take the 75 grand, dickhead?
because then there's no movie, fuckface.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I needed that.
Thank you.
Somebody
I'm
said
glad you took that so well.
somebody said it's a plot hole if you're a giant autist. All right.
See,
Thanks
yeah,
enough.
okay.
Fair enough, I guess. Servap says, Aaron, have you been lifting? Oh, you know it, Servap. Just all over the place. Grank says that accent is so badly overdone. We get it. You're from the place you're from. Yeah, look, the Fargo accents are a little overdone. But I do know some people who sound like that.
I do too. I've been accused of having a very, very solid Midwestern accent from time to time. But Margie, I think, in that movie, though, is overdone. I think Margie is severely overdone.
Because I know Wade's.
Oh, yeah.
I know Gene Lundergaard.
Gene,
yeah, I know
fine.
Gene Lundergaard. And I know Ger Grimsrud.
Okay.
And I know the old man shoveling snow.
We all know the old man shoveling snow.
That guy fucking rules.
You went crazy down by the lake there.
Says, I'm going crazy up there by the lake. And I said, I'm looking for some action. And I said, what kind of action? And he says, woman action. And I says, well, I don't arrange that kind of thing. What do I look like? And he says, well, what are you saying, that I'm some kind of a jerk? He says, the last guy who called me a jerk, he's dead, and I don't mean from old age. And he says, I don't say nothing. So he says, what do you think about that? I said, well, that don't sound like too good of a deal for him. And he goes, man, I'm going crazy out there by the lake.
We could have just played this.
Curtis Versus says, seems most Coen Brothers movies have themes of greed and its downfalls.
Yes.
Yep. What is it? Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is basically the Odyssey. Brought to Depression era. What's the other one? No Country for Old Men. Yep, greed and the downfall of greed.
The Oh Brother, Where
Pulp
Art Thou
Fiction.
thing, that just made me think of a movie that Aubrey Plaza was in. Do you remember what that was? And Rainn Wilson and all them, they were like in a fucking nunnery and shit like that.
Oh,
what was that?
The Others? No,
not
The Others.
What was that?
It was
though? Because it made me think of that same movie type.
I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
Was that any good?
I don't know, but Jeff just
Rainn Wilson and Aubrey
Jeff
Plaza,
just wrote in the chat, do not seek the treasure. We thought you was a toad. Oh, boy. I can't remember the movie that was. I thought it was called The Others.
I have no idea.
Wasn't it?
No idea. You'd probably have to look up Aubrey's like IMDb or something.
Turtle's right. I don't want fop. God damn it. I'm a Dapper Dan man. Well, sorry, guy. I thought somebody would have that movie for us.
I did too.
The one where Aubrey Plaza is a nun.
Really fucking slutty nun.
Plaza nun movie. The Little Hours, not The Others. The Little Hours.
Did we think that was any good?
No, I hated it.
I don't think it was
terrible.
good either.
Those sirens loved Pete up and turned him into a horny toad. Tim Blake Nelson is one of the most underrated actors ever. His turn as Buster Scruggs in that fucking movie is great. D. Gulag says, I 1,000% agree with D. Gulag. This is how I've always thought of Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza is hot in an ugly way.
I just think she's hot. She is filthy and she is hot.
She's a weird fucking goat.
She plays a good wench in like everything.
All right. Are you guys, Dirty Grandpa has terrible reviews
That
and
is
is
so
rated really
sad.
poorly. I just find that to be a silly, funny movie.
I do too. I like that one.
I'm free to go, question mark. Let's jump into overtime, shall we? Or as JJ says it, let's talk about this whole Elisa Jordana.
We're here, huh?
We are here. I've got about 5 clips to show you what this piece of shit is. Now, the personal connection that we have here on this show is the community she enables, the dog shit, scum of the earth, low life, mentally ill audience that she enables led to the swatting that we went through. And before you guys think that this is some kind of personal vendetta that I'm approaching out of anger, I can assure you it's not. It's basically a strategic smashing. It was born out of rage. I'll give you that. I was very upset. And I went, wait a minute. I have more than 3 times the subs. I have multiple times the views. I have a bigger audience. Why don't I just show my audience what a piece of shit she is, make fun of her, make fun of her audience, and just make her another lol cow?
Let's go.
What am I doing sitting here getting mad?
Add her to the pasture.
Yeah. Let's watch. Here, we'll open the gates. She can go into the pasture with the other lol cows, slam it shut. Maybe she fucks Chad Zumach to see if she can become relevant
Let's
again.
start grazing.
Who knows? She'll be an easy one to mate, to make calves.
She's the brood locale.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Grank Nutterbutter says that's a little harsh. All they did was use public funds in the thousands to possibly get you and your family wrongfully Oh, I get it, I guess. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lossless says an easy task, even surface level. All right. Let's start. Well, this is the Andy Dick thing.
Oh my God, what did I just see?
We'll get there. We'll start with we won't start with the Turkey Tom thing.
Oh my God.
This is, I believe, another Andy Dick thing. Okay, so boy, do we go with the Andy Dick stuff right off the bat?
Boy, sometimes they can't tell if she's like 20-something or 45 with that makeup.
That's what I'm telling you. This is not the person.
If she does it right, she looks hot, and if she doesn't, she looks like a 45-year-old smoker.
All right, let's do the Andy Dick thing last. That's, I think, what we should go for. Let's show you, basically, what Elisa Jordana's show is, the Kermit and Friends show. Now, other channels clip her stuff out and put it up on the internet. They put it on YouTube because she deletes a lot of shit. Like right now, she hasn't had anything the last month on YouTube. And her live streams get deleted right away.
And what would the reason for that be?
Because she enables a nest of psychos and makes them think they're her friends. Now, look, I don't have to really get on her too badly for that because shit like that comes back around. That is short attention.
Oh, yeah. Like, one of these crazies won't turn out so well for her.
No, and they've already not turned out so well for her. But this is the tragedy of Elisa Jordana. And I am definitely coming at this from a place of I feel up here and I look down on her. Because the way she chose to try and get attention on the internet, there's ways you can do it. Say what you want about Chad Zumock. He's doing podcasts. He's doing comedy shows. He's not any good at it. And he's easy to rile up, and it makes for good lolcow status. But goddamn, she is so bad bottom of the barrel lolcow that I'll compliment Chad Zumock and say that Chad is at least trying.
Oh, yeah. I would say I don't have a problem with him. He's fun to watch.
Elisa Jordana is one of these people who the only thing in her head is get famous. Not become a dancer, not become a comedian, not become a podcaster, not become anything else. The sad tragedy of Elisa Jordana is if she had given her focus to something legitimate, she maybe could have had a decent life. Mm-hmm. But as she gets older and that skin starts to come down and those hands start to wrinkle and maybe everything doesn't stay in the position she's grown accustomed to it being, that living becomes a lot harder to make.
Oh, God, yes.
She started out by trying to fuck her way into legitimacy. She started fucking Benji Bronk, pretended that she gave a shit about him, when in reality, she wanted an in with the Stern show. Stern sniffed her out right away. This is an attention-hungry, attention whore, 100%. And Howard humiliated her at every turn. And there's clips of Howard saying, that's that fucking girlfriend you got. He wanted to do a podcast. He goes, that fucking girlfriend of yours is twisting your head around 6 ways to Sunday. You're not doing a fucking podcast. I won't allow it. And he didn't. Howard didn't allow it. Howard wasn't fucking around with this psycho. So then it fell apart with Benji. It didn't fall apart with Benji. She didn't get what she wanted out of it.
So he's not useful anymore.
Right. So he's not useful anymore. Bye-bye. Then it started to get really bad. Nobody wanted Elisa Jordana.
Aww.
So now where do we go? Andy fucking Dick. And
how do you get there?
We're not talking about, because you're desperate. Again, you can't dance, you can't sing, you can't be funny, you're not a good broadcaster, you can't carry a broadcast. You just got to latch on to people. And she's willing to even go sexual relationship latch on just to try to get a rub. Because goddamn, if she can just get attention from these men, then she can show everybody how scary fucking talented she is. And it'll work. Well, I gotta ask you, Kermit and Friends, when's it happening? I mean, really, let's just have a serious conversation, you and me. Any minute now, right? Come on.
Come on.
Where's this scary fucking talent? I know you legitimize crazies and you make them feel like if they do something, you'll be proud of them, Elisa, but...
Oh, God, even the relationship stuff.
I mean...
Oh, you can marry me.
Really, you've reached the bottom of the barrel, and boy, if you're not bound and determined to take a sledgehammer and see if it ain't a false bottom and you can find more. So she goes to Andy Dick, and not News Radio Andy Dick, not cameos in Road Trip and other A-list movies Andy Dick. This is like post-grabbing people's dicks and getting arrested. Yeah. Fucking neck deep in drug addiction, Andy Dick.
Nasty, falling apart.
And look, I'm not saying she wrecked Andy Dick. because Andy Dick was damaged goods when she found him.
He was headed for
But the
doom.
way she fucking treated this guy, took whatever hell he was in and dug a tunnel into a deeper hell and put him there and didn't give a fuck. I mean, borderline sociopath, this chick. Definitely a narcissist. 100% a narcissist. Will use anybody without feeling bad. And also, here's where I actually feel for Elisa Jordana, because it might be a little bit of mental illness. This is a woman who, if you confronted her on it, would swear to God she's not doing anything wrong.
Has no idea.
No idea. That's the most tragic
I
part.
thought he was a friend and an ally.
We're going to go through the Andy Dick stuff later. And Turkey Tom did a wonderful documentary on Andy Dick, and he kind of chastises her in it a bit, too. Lossless, we should work together on something with this person. So she has this show now. So it didn't work out with Benji. She couldn't get famous from that. She couldn't get famous from latching on to Andy Dick in a last chance Hail Mary to try and get famous. Now she's doing a show called Kermit and Friends, where she brings on psychopaths and convinces them that she's their friend, when in reality, she's looking for cheap, whack pack type content with nothing to talk about, nowhere to go. And then pretends these people are her friends and enables complete losers and psychopaths.
Which to me seems like a concept she probably tried to steal off Howard Stern that went awry once she tried to take it.
Because he's not, but again,
because she has no talent.
Howard Stern is immensely talented. Look, Howard's show now, we can talk about where he's been. But Howard Stern is playing with house money.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most talented, funniest, or he made the funniest show in the history of radio. I wouldn't say he's the funniest guy.
Orchestrated it.
He orchestrated the greatest, funniest radio program of all time. Elisa Jordana has none of that charm, none of that talent. So she's just enabling a den of psychos. And again, people who probably without Elisa Jordana, I'm not saying they would get help, but they would at least be able to maybe understand that they need help. And
right,
maybe maybe go get that help. They go to Elisa Jordana and she convinces them that they're just fine. And these people fall deeper and deeper in the hole. And the day, I'm telling you guys, I know you're on the Discord and everything else. I'm pleading with you. Get out of this hell you're in. You don't even know you're in it. One day, it's all going to hit you like a fucking freight train. And you're going to realize what a goddamn waste it is. And I hope, for your sake, it's not too late when you do it.
It's like living in denial.
Let me show. Well, I don't want to bring Egypt into this.
Oh, that was gross.
Sorry. So let me give you guys a taste of what kind of show Elisa Jordana does now to try and get attention. Because again, everything else has failed. Fucking her way to the middle failed. Trying to get in with Stern failed. Trying to get in with Andy Dick failed. And then the exploitation of poor Andy Dick that we're going to watch in a little bit might be the worst thing. Let's go ahead and watch this clip. It's called The End of Minnie Manson on Kermit and Friends. Now, the reason I feel good playing this one is because a guy named Minnie Manson came into our chat the other day and was throwing threats my way.
Oh, really?
All right, you know what I think we should do? I think you definitely have to put a face with the name. Because I got to know, is this guy threatening me? Like, is he a physical, challenge to me? Is this somebody that I got to, maybe spend a few extra hours in the gym training? Because God knows Minnie Manson,
Sure.
fucking knows. Bart came in threatening, saying all kinds of fucked up shit. So let's find out who this Minnie Manson is. It's on YouTube. This isn't a dox, nothing like that. Let's find out who Minnie Manson is from the Kermit and Friends show. From the woefully talentless, disgustingly enabling, and aging rapidly, Elisa Jordana.
Someone that I think is in the middle of changes right now is this guy, Minnie Manson. Minnie Manson, do you feel open to something like this?
So she's got a hypnotist on, which, by the way, great 1980s hack radio bit.
Wow.
Wonderful.
She really is trying to do everything Stern is good at, and she'll never
Stern wouldn't
be
bothered with anything like this.
Right, but she went for that whack pack thing. Look at this guy.
Again, this is an empty soul, this Elisa Jordana, who just wants to be famous. Again, there's nothing worse than someone who wants to be famous and has no idea how. So let's watch this Minnie Manson guy who clearly looks like he's got it all together. He looks like he bought his bedroom, looks like a 1997 Hot Topic threw up in his parents' house. Let's see what he's got going on.
Not really.
Why is that?
I'm just saying.
You're
boring and you couldn't hypnotize me. I mean, look at the way you dress. I'm already thin.
Look at the way you're dressed, he says.
Oh, my God.
I mean, look, a Tommy Hilfiger polo may be a little behind in the times, but he's an older gentleman.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's fine.
It's acceptable.
Minnie Manson, I know you're going for the I'm different man look, but you have no fucking leg to stand on with your terrible lip liner and your dude.
Do you think Manson gives him a nod every now and then?
You can't be a 40-year-old man dressing like a freshman in high school rebelling against his abusive stepdad, okay? And sorry if that hit a little too close to home.
Off. You couldn't hypnotize me. You should see what I did as a hypnotist when I was a kid, though. My dad took us to this really...
Oh, I bet you this is going to be a good story. You ready for Minnie Manson to talk about what a badass he is?
Bringing up his dad already.
Oh, and by the way, 100% whatever he's about to say never actually happened.
No.
All of these lost, soft goth kids have this image and this legend about themselves that is completely pulled out of their lipstick-laden anus. It is 100% manufactured.
Cool place called the Magic Lounge. And this hypnotist was up there, and the guy kept trying to hypnotize me. He's like, kid, get off the stage.
I mean, I can't believe we're being
embarrassing.
I mean, this
really.
is just a humiliating person to be. But again, she brings these people on, and this is her big move. She feigns concern just enough so that she can get these people coming back. Like, as cringe and awful as this Minnie Manson guy is, he's not smart enough to realize he's being played. He thinks he's part of this. He thinks that he's like in there with Elisa Jordana and all this shit. Bro, she's using you. She knows you're a nut. She doesn't want you to get better. She doesn't want you to figure anything out.
But, I care.
Yeah,
I
you
care
think
about
she
you.
fucking cares, dude. This is a chick who wants to be famous. She's used Benji Bronk from the Howard Stern Show. She's used Andy Dick. What makes you think that she won't hesitate to use whatever condition you have or use whatever fucked upness you have to squeeze that last little bit of content you might have in you right the fuck out? Come on, man. She wouldn't think twice about it. You think she cares? The fuck. I feel like I'm Splinter telling all the Foot Clan that this Shredder and Tatsu guy, they don't give a flying fuck about you. Minnie Manson is my Danny, and I'm Splinter. I'm going to talk some sense into this fucking goof.
So the thing about Minnie Manson here is he's always getting into like fights with people.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm sure he's got a winning record.
This guy in the middle here looks like he has no idea what the fuck he's doing here.
No, he's just like, I got booked onto some shit show, and I have no idea.
Opinions. I can't help it that I'm honest.
No, but you have a very salty opinion towards like everyone.
Wow, wait, what? You mean the goth kid who couldn't drop it 20 years in high school doesn't find people likable?
Do you think he's going to be soft and loving? What do you mean?
Bro, it's the misery in here that's causing you to hate everyone. The call's coming from inside the house, buddy. And being on dog shit shows like this, not helping. And I know the first thing he's going to say, well, let me come on your show. No, I don't put fucking sick people on my program. It's why we cut off Jake. It wasn't because we hate Jake. I mean, the audience did. But I'm like, I'm not going to be a party to this clearly sick guy like fucking himself over publicly on the internet.
We did a lot of really nice things for Jake for a really long time. And yeah, at some point it's like, no, we got to keep you out of here because things aren't good here.
You see, Minnie Manson, we have a show where we actually do shit. And then for overtime, for bonus time, we laugh at people like Eliza in the show she does. We don't need gimmicks like this. It's just sad.
And I just wonder like why that is. Like, why do you think it is, Minnie?
Oh, this is not the place to discuss that,
but here he goes anyway.
I'm just a very honest person. I just don't like to bullshit people and lie to them.
Wow,
you don't like to bullshit and lie?
I don't like to bullshit and lie to people, man. I just tell it like it is. Could you be 15 more?
I don't even
be
know
more 15.
I don't even know what your face looks like. I mean,
I'm guessing a little bit like maybe Meryl Streep. Perhaps some Martha Stewart.
A little streepish.
Yeah, he's a little streepy.
I won't get that far in my career if I can't lie to people, but it's really hard. Sometimes I do lie, but it's really hard. I want people to be...
Like when you tell yourself you're okay? Or that your parents love you?
Or that lipstick looks good.
Yes. A lot of lies. Just in this region here, I'm seeing a lot of lying.
Right, lot to unpack.
A lot of lying.
Well, to trust me, how can I be legitimate and such if people can't?
Nope, you can stop there at how can I be legitimate. That's a tough question. You got me stumped. I would say first get off the Kermit and Friends show. I don't know which one of you are embarrassing yourselves more, quite frankly.
I think the guy in the middle should probably see himself out first.
Yeah, he's the one who's like, I have a fucking reputation. I can't be seen with you animals.
Trust my opinion.
Well, the thing is, Minnie, your opinion's like always negative towards people, and you come from like a very like salty disposition. And when you come at people like that, they're not going to receive you well. Hollywood hypnotist Kevin, is there any way to change that about someone?
No, because
what's the matter? Were you ashamed of your nose?
Did you hear how fast that came out of his mouth?
That guy's like, fuck no. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
I shouldn't be here.
Again, this guy should be talking to a therapist, and he's talking to some never was. Who's not even, who's talking. This is the craziest thing about her. She talks to these people like she gives a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And she's convincing to someone like this. And they'll go, oh, she gives a fuck. Eliza cares about me. She's using you because she has no content and there's no famous dicks left to suck. She's on the wrong side of 40 and it ain't getting any better. So now she's got to go the freak show route. You think she gives a fuck about you, and here you are wasting your time when you could be handling your shit. Because I gotta tell you, Minnie Manson, this is a perfect freeze frame. There's a lot of pain in those eyes, brother. There's a lot of pain and a lot of history that I don't even know about. But you gotta talk to somebody about it. And the one who tried to fuck Benji Bronk into her getting her way into Howard Stern, that ain't the person to talk to. It's just not. So that's kind of a taste of what she does. I don't want to play too much because it gets remarkably boring. I want to get into the Andy Dick stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Look at the chat going fucking crazy. They know. They all kind of see it. They see it right. Isn't that amazing? Right away, they see it.
Yep.
Someone says the chat's going way too fast, but somebody did say something funny. They say, doesn't like to lie, claims to be a dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even your face is lying to me, dude.
That same guy,
no idea what's going on.
I like Snub Nose Media. He says, is that Paul Bearer's little brother? Oh, the Undertaker. Chris says, Eliza rocks back and forth between concerned face and duck face. Exactly. She wants to look concerned, but she doesn't want to wrinkle her forehead. People might think she's getting old. She's so full of shit.
She does work that pretty good.
All right, here comes the Andy Dick part. Now, I want you to tell me if Elisa Jordana seems like someone who gives a flying fuck about Andy Dick.
I'll check it out
in this next clip. Or if, like Minnie Manson, she uses these fucking psychos and she uses these beaten, battered, damaged people so she can try to find a way to climb her way out of obscurity. Here we go. This is Turkey Tom, by the way. Subscribe to this guy. Treasure trove of awesome content. This is Turkey Tom.
Although Andy's tumultuous live streaming journey would only begin shortly after another harrowing event in his life, and perhaps because of it. On April 3rd, 2022, Andy was supposedly mugged in Las Vegas. He appeared on Elisa's YouTube channel to talk about it, with her trying to elucidate the details despite his dazed state.
So, Elisa Jordana interviews Andy Dick, and you're going to see one of the most horrifying faces you've ever seen. This is Andy Dick after he claims he was beaten and mugged.
I'm nervous to see this.
If you love somebody and they've just been beaten and mugged and they're dazed and they're hurt and whatever, do you turn on a live stream camera and fucking talk to them?
Nope.
Like if you guys
some help.
If you guys aren't believers that this woman is human garbage that just uses people and has no ability to form actual human connections, but just uses people. Her interaction with Andy Dick. Like, if this were my friend or anyone I halfway cared about, I'd go, cut this off right now.
No, this is over. Like, we
need to get him
some help.
Yeah, we're going to get you some help. Here we go. This is her and Andy Dick.
Along with his reluctance to go to the hospital.
Andy, show everybody your face, sweetheart.
Show everybody watching. Show all these strangers on the internet your face.
So is this when she was with him or not?
No, because he's still, again, she got him the way she gets all of her listeners, thinking that she still gives a fuck.
Listen to her with the sweetheart and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
I just want your disgusting face on my stream so I can get some attention.
Show the world how bad this is. What can you do for me?
Look at him. Look at him.
Horrible.
You do not put that on your fucking stream unless you are a using, soulless succubus who's trying to suck every last bit of shame out of someone so that you might get a couple of clicks on it. Dude, even if it was someone I'm beefing with, like if it was Chad Zumach and he looked like that, he showed up on our stream, let's say we got him for an interview, and he showed up like that, I go, Chad, let's cut this, man.
It's fucking sad.
I got to talk to Chad off the air. We got to get this guy some help.
Even like we said with his car accident, if he's really hurt, I hope he feels better soon.
I hope he's doing better. I do.
Yeah, if I'm her in this situation and I didn't know it was this bad, I'm gonna say right now, I'm like, I think we're gonna cut the stream and call for some help for him.
Guys, she is
you do a wellness check or something.
I've only gone like surface level on her so far since the swatting and everything came from her community. This is one of the worst people on the internet.
Look at that devious face right there you stopped on.
This is one of the worst people on the internet. This is an opportunist. I don't care if you don't give a shit about people, but don't pretend you do.
No,
just don't give a shit. Makes me feel bad for Andy Dick because this is an addict.
It hurts really bad.
Andy, who did this to you?
See, look, there's no emotion.
Bothered.
There's no emotion on this woman's face. She is cold.
That is a sociopath. That is insanity. I don't like. Okay, this is her ex. Okay, like even an ex that I don't appreciate. If they showed up like that, I'm like, no, man. Let's maybe not talk on the phone. Let's
get to the hospital.
Get you some help, buddy. I might not care about you, but somebody should care for you.
The worst
right now.
The worst is yet to come.
This is sick.
Stranger. Literal stranger.
A stranger beat you up for no reason, Andy?
Yes.
Well, what did you do? I don't know what you
I
did.
didn't do anything.
Quit fucking sitting there interviewing him, you piece of shit, and get him some fucking help. Well, how is streaming helping this guy? First of all, he's been a fucking addict his entire life. He's been a goddamn mess, drug addict, drunk, the whole deal. And people like you make him worse. Look, I'm not saying Andy Dick would have got clean if it wasn't for Elisa Jordana, but because of Elisa Jordana, he's in a damn worse place than he ever would have been without her.
He dug that hole deeper.
This is a damaged, sick, hurt man, and she is using him for clout and for likes, and wait until you see what she uses him for next. That's the worst part.
I don't know how it gets worse.
She doesn't take her claws into him, use him for views, and then release him.
This isn't a friend. Like, this isn't something friends do.
Bad person, man.
They took it. He mugged me and stole my shit, my phone and my wallet.
From his story, he was apparently mugged by a random person and was possibly knocked out, which wouldn't be surprising considering his
and
gruesome...
she brings other people on to talk.
I feel like even talking in that condition is bad for him.
Yes.
Somebody needs to be just doing, like, calling for help for him.
He could have a concussion, probably does. Have a concussion. He's not in the right mind state.
I've never seen a mouth like that.
And you're putting him out there in public.
Some injuries. To close off the interaction, Elisa says she's going to call Wappy, aka Wappy Flanker, to pick Andy up. Wappy apparently took Andy in at this vulnerable moment.
She sends him to this guy Wappy that she's in cahoots with. And this Wappy is the guy who got him on the road to the RV streaming.
Are you kidding me?
Elisa Jordana put him on the fucking path that's got him on the sex offender list and in fucking jail right now.
Doesn't even know where he is half the time.
Drugs, booze, sex, all of it. And she put him on the fucking road. Again, I'm not saying Andy Dick would have gotten any better. History says that that's a long shot. But it was a guarantee that this woman took fucking years off of a sick man's life.
And got years of his life worth of content out of it.
And now, here's the question about Elisa Jordana. How many fucking regular people is she doing it to on her show every goddamn day? They show up in a bad state, mentally ill, not good. How many people who watch her have called into her show, felt like they were close to her, got used for show content, and God forbid did something terrible? She'd never know about it.
Right.
God forbid. I mean, I'm not talking about her audience thinking it's okay to swat us and swat Chrissy and send death threats and rape threats and things like that. That's small potato internet shit compared to what she's done to Andy Dick and what she might be doing to other people who watch her.
We don't know.
This is like, I know that I rip on Chad Zumach and it's funny and all of this, but this is an actual dangerous person.
Where he had nowhere to go, and that's where the streaming began. Wappy started streaming with Andy, residing at his house just a few days later, hoping to drum up some donations from viewers having pity on Andy's situation. However,
so he starts streaming with Andy, puts a Cash App link in the stream for people to donate money. And hey, let's take bets that Elisa Jordana got a cut of this. Let's take bets. I'm not saying she did, not saying she didn't.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, of course she did.
Would you bet yes on that or bet no? You can't say of course she did. We have no idea.
In my humble opinion, I'd bet yes.
However, people quickly started accusing Wappy of simply taking advantage of Andy and pocketing the donations for himself.
That's Andy Dick back there lying on a bed because he's either high or drunk or going through withdrawals.
You know it's not withdrawals at this point.
And this piece of shit and Elisa Jordana orchestrating it as the fucking puppet master behind the whole thing put him there on a fucking air mattress. He was with Joe Rogan on News Radio. He's on a fucking air mattress in Elisa Jordana's lackey's house so they can whack up the money between each other.
I sometimes don't even know what to say. I couldn't imagine doing this to
You know
somebody.
how hard it is to feel bad for Andy Dick after all the
bad.
shit he's done? I feel terrible that he got involved with this woman. It's killing him.
Evil.
It's taken years off his life.
That's Andy's money? No, dude, I'm feeding, who is Randy Savage? I'm not even going to address you. I'm feeding Andy, doing everything, cooking for him. I'm his chef, his producer.
His producer. You're
Fuck
producing that, you piece of shit. What's his name? Wappy Flanker?
Yes,
You're producing that? You sack of shit, you soul-sucking scumbag. That's what you're producing? An addict on an air mattress? Set him free then. If you know what a good producer would do? Get him to rehab.
Get him out of here, yeah.
Get him some help.
Right away.
I mean...
Listen to this guy fucking humble brags. I'm his chef, I'm his producer.
And you know what all of that is? That's him rationalizing, stealing Andy Dick's money. Those people are not donating money thinking, oh, that goes towards chef fees and producer fees. They think it's going to Andy. And this guy's fucking stealing it. And these were Elisa Jordana's orders for Andy to go here.
I bet they say oh, donate, we'll help him get to a better place, we'll help him heal and all that shit.
And again, Turkey Tom doesn't have enough time in his day to focus on Elisa Jordana and what she's doing to just these regular fans of hers. He just has time for the Andy Dick part.
The big name.
What's she doing to these other fucking people who trust her and think she's their friend?
Making all these whack jobs think that they're okay.
And you got 2,000 and you got 2,000 subs. Is it fucking worth it? Is it worth it?
Are wrong. Yeah, and guess what? Guess what your bunny bought? You fucking dude. And we appreciate it. Andy's money is getting used for him.
Yeah, it's getting used to pour booze down his fucking throat because you think it's good content.
You're killing him.
People like this should be banned from every fucking platform. I'm the most free speech guy there is, but this ain't free speech.
You're hurting somebody.
You're killing people on your fucking stream. You're killing Andy Dick.
That guy's never in his right mind enough to realize he shouldn't be here.
No. God, you know what I thought in my head? I'm like, I just want this to be like a superhero movie where fucking Joe Rogan comes in there and rescues Andy Dick from this, and just comes in and goes, pieces of shit.
But then as Joe Rogan too, you don't even want to surround yourself with this shit.
No.
And you feel bad. What do? You call somebody to go get him out of there?
If you don't want to see this continue, just stop sending money. So why is your Cash App on the screen? Because...
Be honest, because you're a piece of shit. You and Elisa are probably whacking the money up together, and Andy's not seeing a fucking dime because you pour booze down his throat, and then you tell these fucking people that it's helping him? You're pouring Tito's down his throat? He's an alcoholic.
He's sick.
He's a sick man, and you're pouring booze down his throat.
I am supporting and housing Andy. I am feeding him. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm taking he smokes my weed.
He's a drug addict, you fucking moron.
He smokes my weed.
You fucking parasite. You and Jordana both. You fucking leeches.
Poor him, though. He gets his weed smoked.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't get to smoke his weed. Somebody else is smoking it. Oh, God. Bother.
I pump one of the worst addicts in the business full of booze and drugs. Poor me. Send me money.
Do you think weed is cheap? No, and I don't care. I love to smoke weed. But do you not understand that? Look, I'm pretty transparent, dude. Everything's...
No, I'll give you that. You're a piece of shit, and you're very transparent about it. I wish Elisa was as transparent with her audience about how little she gives a fuck about them.
Well, she's got to wear the mask she does, because then he's the opposite.
Sure.
And on camera.
It only took a few days for their relationship to become more openly antagonistic as they got into arguments, and Wappy belittled and even threatened Andy.
Okay. Yo, stop!
Ply the addict with booze and drugs and then threaten to kick him out if he doesn't do everything you say and dance for the money.
And if Andy didn't have any kind of a name, they would have never done this.
No, never. Never in a million years.
They're just playing that name.
So then he gets passed off to the IP2 community, which is the RVs and everything else. So Elisa Jordana, we'll get to this clip in a second. Her and Wappy Flappy Flame, or whatever the fuck his name is, they lose control of Andy.
Okay.
So wait till you hear the video they do for that. But first, here's a clip from Kermit and Friends about a year ago. It's from Andy Dick saying, "Don't trust Elisa," on her show.
What I want to ask you about, baby, you're not going to like this, is what the hell is going on with you and Lucas?
Uh-oh.
Did you hear me?
What was the question?
Oh, you didn't hear it? What is going on with you and Lucas?
She probably found somebody she actually likes that she's fucking because she was only using you for press and publicity. I mean, if you want and that's just a 30-second clip. That's all it is.
And if he's still asking this, clearly she's been lying to him, like leading him on or something.
Again, he's a fucking drug addict. I mean, he's in bad shape. I mean...
Oh, my God.
What?
The dog just jumped on my leg. Scared the piss out of me. Sorry.
Dude, it's just Wappy held him hostage, basically. I mean, yeah, pretty much. When it's an addict, it doesn't take much. Toast says, $4.99, is your wife mad at you tonight, or does she always sit with the weird body language, leaning as far away from you as possible? Weirdo wannabe Kumia.
Oh, so obviously...
Are you this afraid of me, or are you just petting a dog over there?
I'm fucking terrified of Aaron.
Toaster, what's the matter, Toaster? Are we getting a little too close to home with your hero? Huh?
Maybe
doing a little too much exposing?
Take a second look at your hero over there.
David Chandler with $9.99 says they are enraging. They're fucking terrible, man. They're bad people. So now, Andy Dick, a couple of months ago, splits off, not with this Wappy Flappy Flame and Elisa anymore, instead onto the IP2 RV stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. This chick is so transparent that as soon as he's not under her clutches anymore, she makes this 9-minute video.
It's been a scary week. I was scared this week. I would walk out of my building, like where I live, where I moved to be safer. And then people were following me this
Safer
week.
from what?
All the crazies you gathered?
Safer from what? Elisa, nobody should feel sorry for you.
No.
You made your bed. Now sleep in it. You wanted to be famous. You have no talent. So you had to take crazy people and you had to make them think that you guys were really close. You know what mentally ill people do when they think they're close to someone? They show up at their house. See, because mentally ill people don't have that thing in our head when someone says to us, if you need anything, let me know. Mm-hmm. We all know that that's just someone being polite. We don't ask them for anything.
Implied, usually.
Mentally ill people don't get that. The people you've tried to make a show around and failed, those people take you at your word and they show the fuck up, Elisa. And now you've had to move again. How many times are you going to fail at being famous before you just go do something?
People were following me, and it was fucked up. So I was
shit.
a little scared this week. People know where I live now, and they're just following me around even more.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, we got swatted, and if the cops didn't know who we were, that could have ended really fucking badly for her and I.
Yes.
And it's because of the bullshit you do with these fucking people and the way you gas them up so much. Your fucking community did that to us. So I don't feel sorry for you in the fucking least. Hey, unlike us, you made your bed.
Look at who she surrounds herself with.
Right.
That's possible. And yeah, so it's scary, but you know what? I wasn't hurt. It's just people knew that Andy was here and they wanted to film him and they want to make money off filming Andy. And I care for Andy a lot. So I feel that.
Oh,
you do.
fucking puke.
Fucking bet you do.
Oh, puke. Is that why you passed him off to whoever that fucking greasy dick sack of shit was?
Put him halfway in his grave.
When he's drunk and on drugs, he shouldn't be filmed. That's how I feel.
Unless it's by you, unless it's on your fucking live stream when he's clearly damaged. No, what you mean, Elisa, is nobody should film him except for you.
Queen of filming him while he's fucked up.
Nobody should film him except for you and Wappy. You liar. You fucking liar.
And I think if he dies, the footage that will be out there of him is very bad footage if people continue this way. So if he's doing substances that are making him messed up and forget things and just act a fool, and people are monetizing that all day to the point where he's having like a nervous breakdown and like is in a situation where people can call.
What are you doing to help?
And call the authorities and get him like locked up, like it's getting out of hand. And there's other ways to make money than using a person that's 60 years old. You know, I mean, typically that's not old, but in Andy, like he acts like he's like 90 years old because he doesn't remember anything and he can hardly.
So it's not okay for those people to use him to make money. What did we just see with Wappy and this other shit?
No, it's okay when she exploits him.
Oh, okay.
Only she gets to exploit him.
Okay, that's interesting. I want to get to the part where she tells all streamers to stay away from Andy Dick.
Because he's mine.
Right. After he's IP2 and after he goes to do the RV streams and shit like that. Oh, then people should stay away from him because you can't make money off him. Oh, we are bearing witness to one of the worst people on the internet right now.
Found every fucking day from one person to one person. And that's what happens when you're adopted as a child. So don't have sex. Obviously, you idiots. Stop having sex at all. Because the people that have sex the most are the biggest morons. And then they get pregnant. And then we have an Andy situation where he's passed along and passed along.
What a fucking bitch.
Did she just basically say Andy Dick should have never been born?
He was unwanted, yeah.
Look, I'll tell you this, Elisa. If we know that child is going to grow up to be surrounded by you, then yes, they better off not be born.
And passed along and so fucked up mentally from it that he has never recovered.
Yeah,
and
you
people
helped.
Have sunk their little fucking claws into him and won't let go of a 60-year-old man that's in pain.
What?
You're number one.
Oh my God. Do we have Zumakian levels of projection here?
This is incredible. This is... I don't even like Chad's name in this conversation. This is way beyond him.
Oh my God.
Man has who knows what diseases, I don't even want to say, who knows, who is mentally ill, very ill, to the point where he belongs in an insane asylum.
This is your whole fucking show. If you followed your own rules, you'd be off the internet, which would be great. If you followed your own rules. She can't make money off him anymore, so she wants everyone else to leave him alone, and she's going to guilt trip him. This is manipulation 101. This is a superb narcissist.
Oh, yeah, just keep making your $3 anyway, motherfucker. You're in trouble if you do it again. All right? So that's why it's not what we all want. We just
all right, so that's her telling everyone, stop making money off of Andy Dick. You know, that's her job.
Because she needs it. It's her money.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad we decided to go into this tonight because she is bad news. Bad news. Jay Santos says, drunk ass Kyle simps for this nasty broad. I hope not.
Does he really like the Kyle we like?
Yeah, who knows? Try to listen to Elisa talk without imagining a bird squawking in your ear, says Lossless. I mean, A bird squawking in your ear is not nearly as dangerous as a mentally ill person listening to that. That's for sure.
God, I feel bad for these people who all have problems, and she makes them think that they're A-okay and that she's there for them.
This guy says, open the phones. Kermit and Friends wants to call in. Oh, no. That's not how this works. You see, you decided to fuck with Steel Toe. This is what we do. We make fun of you. We shit all over you, expose you for what you really are to a much larger audience, and you don't get to say a goddamn... You shot your shot. Hey, Kermit and Friends, I got bad news for you. You guys shot your shot. I know now you're wishing you would have done it different. You would have played it a little more subtle. You would have played it a little more cool. But you didn't. You fucked up. This is the lesson you're getting taught now. And this isn't the end. This is just one night. This is just one night. Every time you guys do something fucking gruesome and terrible and awful to people, I'll be there. We'll be there. Steel Toe will be there. We'll hold your feet to the fire. You shot your shot, guys. You fucking missed. How does it feel? And by the way, I ain't even in charge of the worst thing that's going to happen because of what you guys did. That's out of my hands.
You should keep fucking up extra, though.
If this shit shakes you guys up to the point where you're frantically calling and, let us in, let us in, let us in. No, I know that drives you nuts, but you're not getting in. Like I said, you shot your shot. Why would I let the people who threatened to rape and murder my wife and then SWAT my home, why would I let you guys in? See, you fucked up. You're not smart. You're not very smart. You see, right in front of you. That's it. Right now, what can I do? This will be funny. You shot your shot and you fucking missed, and now you're getting your fucking teeth kicked in, and you don't like it. Ooh. How do you like being manipulated? How do you like being played with? Oh, poor guys.
It's almost not even that. We're just showing people. It's not manipulation.
Man.
We're just showing people how nasty you are.
Steel Toe morning show, but the manipulating 4 out of 10 with poorly done filler and Botox told us to call you, says JJ. And I know you guys will do anything she says, but guess what? The Empress has no clothes. And it's all sagging terribly. Chris writes, it says it right. Aaron is the one who knocks.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, guys, you're all out of knocks. You used your knocks up. Now it's my turn. No, that's it. You guys got nothing else? Lemmy says, check your DMs. Okay. Have a look. Guys, we're going to have to move Zumach to tomorrow. We don't have time for Chad tonight. But this was fun. Let's see. The sad desperation is so real.
That's so small, I can't read it from here.
Oh, Eliza's actually writing to her fans. Hey, Trumpster Bob Love, can you call these people? They like lots of calls over and over. And then gave out the number. Oh, you guys are desperate. I haven't gotten any calls. I'll tell you that.
I will say that any of those numbers will be added to a certain list. So enjoy yourselves.
There is a running tally. A running tally on those phone numbers. Yeah, I'm looking. I see Misery Loves Company put up on their Patreon. I got some messages. I mean, Lemmy, if that's against Discord TOS or whatever, or YouTube TOS, you can go ahead and you want to let YouTube or anyone know.
Harassment.
Whatever, but I don't care. I don't care. It's certainly not hurting us any. What, or Elisa? I can see where Elisa would want her followers to do something because she's being exposed brutally right now. Brutally. And Lossless, if you want to work together on something, Turkey Tom, if you want to work together on something to expose the evil that's being done here, I'm right there with you. Rupert says this needs to F8 and let loose on the internet. Oh, yeah, we're going to post it. This will be a standalone clip for sure. This will be a standalone clip. Somebody said Mersh has talked about this before. If Mersh wants to work together on something, absolutely. You guys, I'm sorry. Elisa Jordana and your crew, you guys shot your shot. And you fucked up so remarkably bad. I just kind of feel like Negan. You are so going to regret fucking with me. You have no idea. Aaron the Nutless Wonder Boy with 199 says, can't wait to see months of content from this loon. It's going to be great. All right, Lemmy, go ahead and keep an eye on that Discord, you and the other guys. Just all of our insiders who are in that Discord now, just stay cool. Don't post anything. Keep an eye on it.
Feel free to funnel it straight to me, though.
Yeah, feel free to give us any inside information you have. Again, Kermit and friends, you shot way too high. You shot way too high.
I just don't even know what it does for you. What is this continuance of any of this doing for you?
I can tell you what it does for me. Gives me a giant fucking boner.
Yeah, he gets a giant rod over it. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Loaded Wrench says Discord link, please. Absolutely. Whoever's got the Discord link, go ahead. I have a feeling they'll make that like private or invite only pretty soon. I think that's it. I think that's a good introduction. We can dig up more clips as time goes on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. What a fun show. Thank you so much. And you guys are what, $50 ahead for tomorrow?
Nice work, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We will talk to you again, 6 a.m. Central Time. Oz will be on. April, great return to the program.
Thank you.
And to the rest of you, take it easy.